What's up, guys? What's it? What's going on? We are here for the after show. What's up? What's up? What's up? We're doing the after show. We are here in Jesus' name. What's up, guys? We here for the after show. What's going on, people? We went on J Dot to get here. What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Make sure you like this video and share. I'm about to be going live. It was a very intense episode, but it's real life, so I had to show it. Um, no matter how the chips may lay, you know, but we're gonna get into some things and have some conversations around these type of topics and issues, and of course, respectfully, so we could see where we go from here. What's up, Trap? What's up, Bando? Yeah, it was a good episode. Yeah, I think it's I had to put them, which I still know some people gonna be in the comment section talking about. I ain't gonna get into that, but oh, I don't know, Bando. That's different. Ooh, that's a little more. I ain't gonna lie though. I never ran away from like content, but with that situation, I ain't gonna lie. I'm real nervous about that type of thing. So I gotta really like have wisdom and really like meditate about how I'm gonna deal with that situation because it have to be dealt with. At the same time, I don't know because so many factors are coming up after the fact. So I don't know. I'm just gonna have to wait on that one. I don't know about that one. That was a lot. I do not know about that one. How I'm gonna deal with that at the house situation because that was like, yeah, it's yeah, definitely unacceptable. But we'll see. I know. I don't want to set I don't want to set it on fire. I just wanna, but like you said, when you committed to real life shit, you just sometimes you gotta do it. What's up, Jada? How you doing, brother?
What's happening, man?
How you feeling after this episode?
Whew, that episode had a lot more than I even remembered.
Yes, I know because I think and I think what Vay said it and a lot of them said it and I said it like honestly she did just go come out the blue and say that to you, right? At the same time we were still surprised how everything just started coming up. It like you couldn't stop. You couldn't
Yeah,
just.
yeah, yeah. I will. I see. I, like, I remember that I had said that I had touched on. I guess you call them subjects that I had touched on
Mhm,
because they always they're real to me, in my own world. But
mhm.
I didn't remember how, I guess, it came about or how it happened in a sense, and it just kept going on. And I think because when we were sitting on the sofa and when she was saying the stuff she was saying, I was just taking it because I really was so caught off guard and I was embarrassed. So, it was like I was caught off guard. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed that this is being recorded. In the beginning, it wasn't recorded. But then when Lottie had said, I remember
When
her
Lottie
saying,
said, "Go get the camera," because I was
she
so
said,
shocked. Because I remember I wasn't even filming, and Lottie like,
I
"Go get the
remember.
camera." So when
So
Lottie said that,
yes, I remember in my head, I was just thinking like, bitch, why? Like, this ain't no shit that need to be on camera. So like in my head, I was getting mad at her in a moment, and I'm just like, oh my god,
I
like
think I
this.
would have eventually got the camera, but I was still just so shocked that what was going on. You know what I mean? I'm sure I would have got the camera at one point.
No, I'm sure you would have, but it just was that when she mentioned it, it just was adding on to the buildup that was happening with me because I don't know what's going on really in the moment. Like I don't, the cameras had stopped. So I'm like, this real shit? Like this bitch waited till the camera to go off to do this shit.
Yeah,
So
and
I
that's
did
why.
like,
And I told her I think I do. I almost respect that for her because she wasn't trying to put it on camera because she
I
could have
did.
went off
I
on
respected
you
that part.
in front of everybody. She literally waited till everybody left for the most part. That she waited till Von left and Chrissy, and she wanted to address you off camera. So I think it was, it let you know it was a real issue for her. You know.
It was. So, now I'm trying to really intake it because I'm trying to sit through and really listen to what she's saying and what's why she's feeling that way. Because for me, I mean, we just watched the episode, so that means that right before it happened, I literally brought the second and third beat I came with, and I literally brought that second beat with her in mind on
Yeah, I
how I
remember you
sat and
saying that.
thought about her being
That's
on the
what's so
phone.
confusing.
So, and mind you, this doesn't show us me, Lottie, Karma, and I want to say Siani, and go to an art gallery earlier that day.
No, no,
So
no,
we
no.
were
I
together.
looked that up. It was a week before. It wasn't that day.
Okay,
It
okay,
wasn't
okay.
one that day. It
Before.
was the week before though. I looked that up.
Okay,
That's the day I remember. The day we went to the art gallery, I filmed with Real Life in Ballroom that night. I remember it was a restaurant. I filmed with y'all at the top of that morning, and then I filmed with Ballroom at the restaurant. So no, the art gallery was the week before.
okay, okay, okay. So either way, it caught me so off guard. I didn't understand it, and then when she started saying that it was just something that was in my spirit that she felt, I'm just like, girl, if your spirit had told you, because I wasn't sitting there thinking about anything other than us getting the music done and thinking I was cool and that you were cool, so whatever you was talking about didn't even apply to the
so
moment
have you
because
called her a boy before? Like,
no,
have you?
I didn't have any of those type of things. We had chilled on a train just maybe a few days prior to this from another scene that we had shot. And we was on a train together. We both caught the train to Doraville, and
As a
we were just
boy.
no, no. This was her as a girl. This was her as a girl. This is after
Okay.
like yeah. So and and that was a cool moment, what I'm saying? So and in that moment we really bonded because she was telling me how she had stayed inside of like an abandoned place one time, and how when she seen some blood on the floor that represented something to her, what the spirit was telling her. And like I valued that moment with
What
her.
in the
So
voodoo?
yeah, well, no, she's not into voodoo. She saw something. Like she might be a person that's able to see things. So that takes a gift that's given to you. So so I respected that because I'm of that light. So I didn't. There's nothing wrong with that or anybody that has those type of things that happen. But we're not going to talk about that. But but she left a good print on me. So she
Mhm.
didn't understand that how when she came at me that day, it really did bother me. And I sat there and I kept listening to her talk and go off, and I was just putting up with it for as long as I could. But it had triggered me when she had said, "Y'all men sit around," and I was like, "Bitch, ain't you a
Yes,
man?"
but y'all didn't see like it was like 15 minutes that she was just going out by herself before Jada even
Yeah,
responded. The cameras is
yeah.
down.
It didn't
Like
happen as fast
still
as
trying to
y'all
realize
see it.
we was thought she was just playing. So we was like, are she serious? So we was I'm still trying to gather my thought. And then Lottie was like, get the camera. Like she said something, I can't remember her words, but That's when I went to got the camera. That's when you see her walking back towards the couch. Because before, what y'all didn't see, they were sitting first. And I'm sitting on the couch with Bay and Lottie, and they on the other couch. So we were just recapping on where we at with the process of putting this EP together and all of that. And it's just,
That was crazy.
Yeah, because you can't see me thinking about her not on camera. So you can't see when I'm at home or when I'm out. She don't know the impact she was having in my life by me being next to her and her being next to me, and how I was receiving it and how I wanted it, because I was tearing down my own walls in that sense. I was breaking out of my own shells. So I was allowing myself to venture out and be cool and be recorded and and have an experience. So those are things that she will never understand, so it's like,
and that's a good point, segue to this though. And I think that's why I think the Josh scene came in right on time, because it's so funny.
Yes,
how
I just seen them.
it was so funny. Like, I think the fact that the thing that you and Ja was talking about, I think for you, because you remember, so what y'all don't know, when they had the dance, when J Dot danced on top of Ty, J Dot told me later, like, what did you tell me when I got on you about? I think you said you didn't want to do it or something like that. And I was like, why would you do it? And he was just like, that's what you do, And I was like, bro, you remember at first I was always getting on you. I'm like, bro, this is reality. If you don't like something, don't just go with the flow, because a lot of time he was saying that he would just go with the flow because he was coming into a new environment around all of these type of people. But I'm like, bro, like, if you didn't like the dance that Ty gave you, why you just didn't tell him it? And he was just like, because he took reality TV as they just put on. And I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to creep them type of moments. So don't just do something just to do it. Because his thing, I'm just putting a character on. And I'm like, no, this is reality TV. Do what you want to do or say what you really feel, and don't just go with the flow. So when he met with Ja, it was still on his mind, because like he said, he's still considering what the people gonna think about him, because like from what he was telling me at around that time, he wasn't used to being around openly.
Well,
I was
because I mean, Mando said, where was Blue?
So when he told me that he wasn't used to being around it, I was like, okay, you got to take that in consideration. But like I said, I don't know if he was lying to tell the truth, because I never knew Jada, and I didn't know his background. But it was a lot of stuff in the beginning that he was saying that he was just going along with. And I'm like, oh, he was just putting a quote unquote character for. And I'm like, bro, like, this ain't gonna work if you keep on putting the character on, because if you didn't like that or you didn't like him, why would you do it? Or why would you tell the people that you liked it? So I didn't like that. So that was that conversation that we had about that. So then it spilled over to job conversation where, at the point Jada still considering, like he said, he considering what the people gonna say, like his family or brothers and stuff like that too. But at this point too, he still don't give a fuck. So it's like, I care, but I don't care type of situation.
Which so everybody go through.
Right. So my point I'm making is, I think it was a struggle for him, or not even struggle, a challenge to come on camera and, I guess, be around this, be around the community like that in an open way. I don't know. So
yeah, you're right. I mean, Light of it was like second thought on what people would think. You know what I'm saying? That's unfortunate that I'm that way. You know what I'm saying? That's not something that I could sit here and brag about. You know what I'm saying? But it just is what it is. And
so also too, did I clear up the Ty situation?
So the Ty situation was about
me, so we can be clear. Can you confirm that you did tell me that situation made you uncomfortable, that you didn't like it?
So the Ty situation was mainly about just still the same thing. What people are going to think when they see this, because you're being sexual with the man here, clearly.
Oh,
you know
okay, your family. Your nieces,
not even my family. It was my following at the time. I came from, like, before I started getting into going to gay places and rapping. I only had really went into like regular, straight play, if you want to call it straight. I hate we have to say those things, but more predominantly straight environments of places to do things. And even after I started doing the show a little bit, I started to then, if I knew that I was going to have to be on it, I started playing with my following by now going into the gay clubs and pouring the white stuff into boys' mouths and kissing on them. I mean, if I'm going to have to do something, I'm going to be the person that's going to own what I'm walking, not people who are going to just pick at me. So I had to sensationalize to get people ready for it, so people don't feel like I just all of a sudden became openly overnight. You know what I'm saying?
So, do you consider yourself the trade or one of the girls? Because that was like a topic in the comments.
Well, I think in our world, I mean, I'm a guy. You know what I'm saying? Do I say the word girl sometimes? Yeah, I just called a homie a girl earlier today. Say don't call him a girl no more because we don't really talk like that in that terminology, you know. But it just is what it is. I mean, I have fun. I like to cut up. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to after having this experience, I only like to look at it as making me a more well-rounded person to be able to know how to deal with people. I've had transgenders that I've met throughout life that are cool. You know what I'm saying? But nobody that has had like a lasting impact, like other than maybe one other person. So, you know, I think it was just important for me to experience last season and to go through with everything because it was something that I wanted to do for self. You know
So
what I'm
Jada, let me
saying?
ask you this though: do you have the same hesitation now in terms of where you at if somebody a guy dance up, a feminine guy dance up on you or a masculine guy? Do you still have these same thoughts?
No, I don't.
Oh,
And I mean,
so
I've
now
been
he
in
one of
places
the
like
girls.
no, I've been in places, but what's special for me is that because I am like a nigga, and when I'm in public, I do care about how I carry myself. Like if I want to act out, then I want to act out by the choice of it. It's not just a natural thing that's just going to be happening. So when
Mm.
I want to do something, I want to do it. Other than that, I'm a regular nigga, and I'm gonna hang around niggas and people as a regular person. You know what I'm saying? If they see me as that special person that they could see something in, or he might got a little sugar in his tank, that's cool because I'm gonna make it look like, but that's a bad motherfucker though, or that nigga real though. You ain't gonna be just he's some punk. It's gonna be that's a real ass nigga right there. Like I fuck with that nigga. Oh, that nigga right there, and he can talk about that shit. So then I open up. You know, it's all baby by how I want it to be perceived. I mean, I can't stop how people have their perception of things, but when I do things, it's intentional in how I want to do it.
Okay. Um. So let's go back to the first scene, which is Ja. So at this point, Ja and Jada is connecting. And Ja
He
just
was
come
eyeing you.
right.
Mm.
So let's break this down. So you did admit that y'all both had feelings for or a lust for each other. Can you talk about that a little? Did y'all verbalize it to each other?
Um, I don't want to say a lust. I mean, I don't know if
Well, I
just using the
mean,
word attraction means a lust.
attraction.
Because you did say that he wanted you to stick his dick in him.
That's
That's
coming up.
later.
That's next week. That's next week. But let's
My
get in this moment.
bad.
Yeah,
When
these
y'all
things
met,
happen to say.
you admitted
But
it was attraction towards each other. Did y'all ever verbalize it that day that y'all spent, that Saturday that we filmed? Did y'all ever verbalize it to each other?
well, that at that moment right there, that day, everything was still
That's what I'm
cool.
saying. Stay in that
It
moment.
was it was all like we had never talked about like sleeping,
But
but we
Jada, I
did.
think that everybody like him, it seemed like. Because he said the same thing about Ty.
Yeah,
Well,
he
I
should.
mean,
That's a fair point.
Yeah, you see, I think and that's what gives me like the trade in you because the trade do be thinking that just
They
because he
do. They
gay,
keep feminine
everybody
people.
like
Yeah,
them.
that's true. Trey do think that, and they think they the prize.
Yeah, and I was like, Jada, that's just your friend. Like she just your friend, man, girl.
well,
Somebody
first
said
off, I
he
mean, sort of
trans.
it. First off, Ty is very cool people. You know what I'm saying? You know, I fuck with Ty, so I'm not going to allow any disrespect to be put on to me and Ty's relationship or name
No,
because
no,
Ty.
no, 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 no. We just talking about what you
I'm
said.
not even gonna allow people to poke fun at something that's real because Ty asked me to come onto this. He was one of the people that I saw on this before he asked me to come on this, and I respected it and wanted to do it because I seen him do it.
So I'm
Ty is
saying,
somebody that
who making fun
so
though?
so yeah,
Jada, who
so
making fun?
Ain't nobody making
okay.
fun.
Okay, yeah.
I
No,
think
but
he's just a little he still hot from that.
I mean, just
Yeah.
watching the episode, I am still a little bit in a lot of emotion because it was a lot that was going on. I mean, I'm processing it
All
while
right,
I'm
so
talking to
so
y'all.
so Jada, this is how the review work. We go from scene to scene. We don't just let's be professional. Go scene to scene. So I know you got a lot of emotion. It's part of it. We knew it was coming. So if you can just stay with the scene, please, will work for me, please.
Okay,
All
so
right.
in the
So
scenario with
now
y'all.
let's go back to you and Josh. So y'all didn't verbalize y'all attraction that day. You just feel like it was a feeling more so.
Yeah, it was more so a feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like we talked on the phone for a long time, you know, but we didn't really like we would talk about everybody else and talk about different dudes and stuff. Like we didn't like we just kind of just got to know each other as cool people. So when he said he was moving down and he told me he only had an X amount of dollars and he was looking for a hotel, you know, in a certain area or whatever, I had just made up in my mind that I was gonna go meet him at the train station, and
Mhm.
that I was gonna let him know that you could stay at my spot and you don't have to pay me anything. You just work on yourself, and get
Mm.
your job and stuff like that. So that was like that was what my mindset was. So he didn't even know it. It was just what I wanted to do. Because I applauded
Yeah,
him for
yeah,
being
you
the
did. Because
person.
what y'all didn't see though, Jada actually picked him up on the bus station too. So Jada, because I was surprised. Like I'm telling you, when I'm not filming, I really don't talk to like none of them. So I didn't know what was going on
Hmm.
until like I came on set. So when I found out that he was connecting with Ja, when I found out he was connecting with Jada, and then I found out he was connected with Vaughn, and then when Jamal was just like, Ja is getting around, like. Cause I'm finding out all of
Yeah.
this in real time as we doing scenes. They was like, "Oh yeah, I talked to John on the phone till 4 this morning," and I was like, "You talked to him too?" I said, "Vaughn be talking to him." So you remember when he was talking to J Dot was like, "Yeah, me," and no, he didn't say it in a sexual way. He was just saying like casual conversation. I'm like, "Oh," I said, "He be talking to
When
Vaughn."
it was like 9 of us on the set, that boy had a different us for every day of the week.
Okay. He had y'all bitches in order.
Right?
Don't John give off the baby energy? Y'all know who the baby is? He was giving me the
Talking about the
baby
baby, the
right
Oh
rapper?
yeah, 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 the rapper. He do
there.
give me that, yes.
Hell
And
no.
no, but I guess he mean like, yeah, he the prize. Ja do act like he the prize though. So I guess
Hmm.
that's what Trap trying to say. Like he's the one,
Oh
like
yeah,
he
yeah,
know
yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, that would be like that. I guess a
him,
trade thing. You know what I'm
so
Because
saying?
he was
everybody like him.
looking.
He know everybody want him and like him. I feel like, yeah, at least that's what I feel like Trap saying.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, you can't be real trade if you know your trade. So I mean, I guess because we understand what people label us as. Yeah, he understood. He knows what's going on.
Oh yeah, yeah, he knew. Of course, like, when they act like they don't know, they be knowing. Like he knew. Okay, so after that, you also talk about um do you mind just touching on a little bit more? You mentioned in that scene, which I think is so amazing how it came up in this scene and end up in the last scene. You always the look Kim. What does that mean to you?
Yes, because look him a hoe.
You said look Kim like
First off,
you
yeah.
this
First off, look, him
this
without a hoe. So
you
we're
being
gonna we're gonna get there. You know what
hold
I'm
on,
saying? So
Okay, J
1 minute,
Dot.
guys. You said something about you like to be the only gay guy in a group. Can you kind of break that down a little bit?
yeah, like Lil Kim is the only female, or Nicki Minaj is the only female in Young
Okay.
Money. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying?
Okay.
Like, yes, that's what it sounds just like what I had said. You know what I'm saying? I am normally the only person that's gay around my crew of niggas. You know what I'm saying? Even if another nigga in my crew if wants to figure out if he gay, he's not gonna figure it out with me. You know what I'm saying? He'll figure it out with somebody else.
Because
You know
when
what
you
I'm
say
saying?
Lil Kim, I was thinking like nut in the stomach, get the stomach pumped.
We're
No,
not gonna bring up. We're not gonna bring. Hold on. We're not gonna bring up fake rumors about Lil Kim. So that's not what we're gonna do. So we're gonna respect Kim as who she is.
She
She was a
tight.
great,
She
phenomenal female
tight
rapper.
tonight.
And
She tight tonight.
she's a person that what I'm saying. She's Lil Kim. I don't have to say anything more. But like back to what we were saying. Yeah, like what I'm saying. It was her and the Junior Mafia. You know what I'm saying? It was just like that's just
so for
simple.
you, you're saying that you the only gay nigga in a group. Everybody else is hood nigga banging
You the
trap.
woman.
If you want to say the woman, whatever you want to say, you know what I'm saying? Yes, but I like that because when I'm around a bunch of gay people, I always learn that it's a bunch of drama. It's a bunch of punk shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of, oh, well, he's saying this and that. Men don't do that. They don't. They don't. They don't. We have super cool relationships. We go out. We hang out. It don't be none of that messy stuff that be going on. As soon as you get around gay people, I be seeing it. Unless they're those gay people that are like me. The ones that be like me, they don't be having it going on either. You know what I'm saying? Punks. That's what we call them.
Yeah.
The extras. Like they like to be extra. They gotta be like a female. They got to keep up gossiping. They want to watch all the reality shows. I ain't never watched none of them motherfuckers. That was never my thing. You know what I'm saying? So I know about them because they're very popular, and I can watch some if I want to because I am. But it was never my thing. I never cared about punk drama. I never cared about gossiping and sissy shit. Like, and I can't help that I word it that way because that's just what it was always called when I was growing up. We didn't have to filter it to say it any other way. You know what I'm saying? So like Vay
Yeah,
talking about
and
some prehistoric,
I
Vay,
agree with you. I
yeah,
think
they
I
call him prehistoric and dinosaur and stuff like that. Baby, if that's what it is, then that's what it is. I'm very great that y'all do get to grow up and be a little bit more yourselves, but some of y'all aren't even yourselves. Some of y'all are just y'all
so
mothers
get
or
out, get
people.
out. It sound like a rant. Let's say focus. We're gonna do that at the end.
Okay,
But
because I mean
I do
everybody
agree.
had something to say
I know.
when it was
No,
rolling.
get out. Can you take two? Like, brother, please. I promise you,
Blaze a blunt or
I'm with
something.
you. I'm with you. I'm just
I'm
wanna
smoking the
make
blunt. The blunt
I
ain't even
want to make
working.
sure I ask the right question. But I want to say I agree with you in that sense. So when we had the conversation, I started to have more compassion for you because I did realize you was like a fish out of water. And I think later on, I do believe you started to get back at people. But I do feel like in the beginning, you really was not trying to come in a certain way. I genuinely did feel like that at this point, you wasn't trying to do those type of things. Now later on, when you caught on to game and you wanted to do tick for tat, I
Yeah,
did see you do that intentionally, but I do know in the beginning certain things you were just saying is just because that was your environment. At the same
yeah,
time, I would tell you it's your approach, or you have to be respectful. But with you like shit, you don't you just didn't care, right? You just
yeah.
didn't care how you said it, and I was just like, okay, that's gonna be the challenge because at the end of the day, we can have a discussion about anything, but it's how we approach it and how we come at a person. Um, so we're gonna put a pin in his job situation because next week you're gonna see part two of J Dot gonna get into him letting the boy stay at his house, and you're gonna see how that go unfold. So, is there anything else you want to say about you and Josh scene for tonight?
Just wait for it to play out.
Okay. So, what did you think about the Karma and Chrissy making up? Like, what did you think about that? It seemed like they were both mature and they both worked it out. How did you feel about that?
No, I was happy to see that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was weird because while I was sitting there watching it, and watching her and Chrissy on my screen, I'm watching Chrissy reply with condiments as it's popping up on my
Yeah,
phone at the
I
same
see notifications coming. I'm like, what do
time.
y'all got going on?
Yes, so I was like, oh Jesus, this is crazy. But nonetheless, sticking to the scene, it was cool, you know what I'm saying? She seems like one of them people that'll come around you and make up one day and then the next day she'll be back at it again. So
That's
it
why I
is
said,
what it is.
what happened to you and Chrissy? Y'all made a pact at the house that y'all gonna
We
not.
did, like we did. Only thing I told Chrissy is that when she came at me about that day with the music thing, she was like she was like maybe the third person to get into it after I had already done talked to you, Dublavay, and Lottie about it. You know what I'm saying? So she came in later of the conversation, and her attitude and approach was nasty. Now she was aggressive. I'm not gonna say it was nasty, it was aggressive. Now maybe I was already kind of low in my emotions, so I responded to her a little aggressively as well, and then I began to go off my deep end as I may sometimes do. So I apologize for that. You know what I'm saying? Because that could be me as well. It takes two people. So we got past that. But then, as the show is rolling out, Karma did warn me about this too. As the show come out, you're going to go back through certain emotions because people may say things or take up for certain things or people or whatever, or may say things about you that you didn't know they felt. So she wasn't lying. That's what Karma told me, and it's happening that way. Even today, when we get to the Karma scene and I say something about her in the comments, it did. I do say what I say, but I do remember what she said. You know what I'm saying? But you really can't. What are we supposed to play the difference between being phony from then and then a real person today? That shit is my word. Like what the fuck? Like, because you're
Yeah.
supposed to respond to how you see the scenes, but then you have to intake real life that's happened today. But then the person is responding to the scenes, and you're only looking at it and you're like, well, fuck you too, bitch. Shit. Like, so I see she felt a way about me saying something about her today, about talking about our experience of when she was a man, the two times I met her, because she was just trying to say I was just disrespectful today. And it was like, no, but whatever. This is
There's
a
only
lot today. I'm not
so
gonna lie.
many punks you can call me before I get disrespectful. So I kind of felt you right there
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that point.
She went on for a minute, bro. Like the camera don't show you it, but she went on for a minute. Like it was like, what the fuck? Like, and she was just losing it because it was that she was saying these things as if she wasn't a gay person. That's what it felt like. She don't understand that she was saying that I made her feel away. She don't understand how you were using those same words that you don't like people to call you. You were using them against me as if you weren't one of them. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So you don't want to be hurt. But you created this hurt today, and you don't want to be hurt. But then you want to hurt me, and then you don't want me to hurt you back because now you're more hurt than I was supposedly. It don't work like that.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to see. Chop, is there anything you want to say about this? I'm glad to see Karma and Christy make up. I think they both, honestly, on both ends, they both handled it well.
Um, I wanted to see bitches pop off again. No shade. I wanted to see a bitch get their leg back. Like I would have had to.
It's
I would have
this.
had to see a bitch sneak up behind behind a bitch and yank them down on the ground and do them how they did me. No shade. Like I was ready. I'm like,
So no
because this giving
conflict and resolution, just all conflict.
all conflict. At least get your lick back. Like,
I
cause
got
she
you.
did you. She did you. And Karma letting it be known, like, girl, I'll do you again. so, so when Karma said, I don't want to have to do that again, I was like, oh, like, pop off, Chrissy, like, flip the table or something, you know what I'm saying? But I guess it was cute for
Got you,
the
but
scene.
you know that's the reality person. You just want to keep it. You know, I got you. But no, it keep going. This next episode, Jada and Ja gonna get into it bad. Like they finna. Ooh, it's not gonna be. It's gonna be more like nigga shit. Like you know, talking about
And Chrissy not remembering, I think that was bullshit. Like, no shade. Like, you remember what happened, bitch. You
yeah.
remember
So
what
that's why
happened.
I asked Karma, did she think that was true or BS? And Karma said she remembered.
I think that was BS. No
Who the
shade.
hell want to remember getting beat up?
You
Right.
gonna remember getting your ass
But
beat.
like you said,
I'm
who
gonna
wrote it?
remember it, but bitch, I'm not gonna tell you that I remember how you was dragging me.
Exactly, girl. I'm be like, I don't know. Shit, I blanked out. That's
Yeah,
it.
a bitch good for using the word blackout. These people be using this word blackout too loosely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad they made it. I think they both handled it well. So you're gonna definitely I don't think Chris in the next episode, but you'll see him about the 6 or 7 episode again. So let's get to this. Let's just get into the meat and potatoes of these things, y'all. So Jada, talk about you came to the second beat. Talk about all the beats that you brought that day, because you the one brought most of the beats that night. You and they. So talk about that.
Yeah, so I was sitting down, just have been picking out different tracks to be able to, bring to the group, something that was a little bit, I wanted a little bit more diversity, something that we could be able to perform, and something that would do well with just other markets of music, where it just don't seem like nigga music, or just because we're rappers, we have to just do some gangster rap shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I wanted us to be able to like talk about the life experience of it, because of the show was called Real Life and Music. So, I wrote a verse to the second beat that I had presented, based around real life things, not just trying to be the best rapper on the track or whatever, and we ended up going, well, you guys are here later, but the first beat that we listened to, I didn't even like that beat. I hated that beat. I still hate that beat. But that's what they wanted to use,
So you hated Vade beat.
I hate the damn We Outside beat. They know I hate that beat. It was like Vay first off told me he had the beat for the last season that he presented. Then he told me he had the beat like 5 years prior to that. It was like, boy, why is you holding on to this beat and you using our inspiration to make it pop off? I don't hear nothing on this beat. I don't even want to rap on this beat. This beat ain't nothing I would play in the club. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing I would play. So but I nonetheless, I
Do
was
you
the
feel
one
like
that
she
came up
was
with
like
it.
forcing her style on y'all? Like, I
But
mean,
he had a Young Money idea. I understood. I'm an artist at the same time, so I understand that he had an idea, and this is what everybody had agreed with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to do my part and make it work. If they couldn't come up with a hook, I think Lottie came up with some shit that was not good. And then I
Yeah,
was
like
like,
you said,
okay,
like
well, I'm gonna come up
you
with some
shouldn't have
shit.
everybody tonight. Sound like.
Oh
okay.
yeah, but I mean, these are the same people that talk shit about me. So
Well, yeah, yeah, I
I'm
get you. I get you.
yeah, so I'm very of the outcast of the group. You know what I'm saying? Even though I try to do everything to be cool with these people. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I do everything I could possibly to be cool. You know what I'm saying? But you're not gonna be cool in this moment and then turn around and say something in the next moment about me. You know what I'm saying? Or to somebody else where you don't think I'll hear it. And then that's not cool either. I'm not gonna talk about you behind your back. And then see you in your face and smile. That's not me. So yeah, so we did end up doing a song, and they all sung my hook. You know what I'm saying? I came up with the hook that was the most catchiest, and we rode with it, like that. And even while we were there, when they told me to change certain words, I sucked it up and I changed them because we were,
Brother. Let's really.
woo, there's a lot going on today.
So let's go into your beats. So let's move on to your two beats, because most everybody said they did like your two beats. Talk about those
Yeah,
two
so
beats.
there were some good tracks, you know what I'm saying? But we weren't able to get everybody on board. Of course, after the Karma situation, I would have still liked to do the song. I want to see Ani and Jamal to, trade, singing parts on it, and and Carmen coming with a nice little bridge part verse. I had, Vage, Ja, and me do the rap parts, along with Vaughn. We were gonna split up our bars, like into 8 bars apiece. So yeah, that was my idea for the song. But Yeah. And the third, beat, I actually wanted it to be something for W and Vaughn and someone else, make something real pop, So that was
I
my
know
idea for the
Vaughn
track.
said one of the beats probably wasn't for him, right? Or something like that. I think I seen
Yeah, yeah,
third beat.
yeah. I don't think he said it wasn't for him, but I most definitely did want. At least I had him in mind, from his pop aspect, from how I see him perform and stuff. So I was like, oh, you know what? He maybe could be able to put something on this. I thought that it would be cute for W because I went through and listened to some of his Spotify music at the time, and came up with ideas. So they don't know I was listening to their music while we weren't around. Like I was invested into the whole thing all the way, even in my thought process when the cameras are off.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. I think it is the same. You do say that you said when you first met everybody, you went to their Spotify to kind of check out their style, I guess, or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So.
So talk about before we get into the last part. Talk about at this point how do you remember how you was feeling about the EP at this point in this second
Yeah, I
meeting?
felt good. Like I was in a good headspace. That's what makes it so. That's what makes the emotions a little bit more deeper because I'm watching. I'm just remembering like I was very genuine and it was very nice and very invested into these guys. Up until this point. Because after this, they all have their ways of feeling about me. That alienates me. So I only continue to try to be a good person and be a friend and be around them. But I know what's going on. So then eventually, it's like, okay, well, let me be the bad guy that guys are painting me as, why is he here? Stupid shit.
Not while you here. Yeah, and I think the EP is coming along well. I think it'll be out soon, guys. We about 65% done with it. We just got to go back in the studio, do some things, and just we're gonna make it work. That's what we do. At the end of the day, we commit ourselves to the project and we're gonna make it happen. I think it's a show, but I think the reason why my main focus now of doing the show now is every year doing a group project. That's like the major requirement moving forward. Just everybody have to come together as a team. So you're gonna either fight it out, work it out, but at the end we're going to have an EP by the end of this season. So let's get into this, J Dot. So after that, it's chill. Talk about what the people didn't see. Go in there a little bit, like you said, with the cameras down, we out laughing. Um, Christy left. Vaughn, of course, Vaughn, he be gone when the scene over with. So Vaun
Vaughn
left.
was winning.
So me, you, and Lottie and Bay, we just having a good time. Even Karma, we laughing. No, Karma was quiet, but all four of us was just talking. But she Karma, we didn't think no more of it. Like she was.
I ain't think no more either. But now that I look back at it and I was watching it, I was like, oh, she did seem like she was kind of like reserved or having like a little bit of something going on in her
She was.
the
She
whole
was.
time.
She was.
Yeah, I wasn't
Like
able to
she
see it.
like
I
that
wasn't able to see
sometimes.
her face from where I was sitting.
Yeah, exactly. So, talk about what you remember happening. Talk about that. What was going on? What you remember?
So literally, I mean, everything was cool. The cameras had cut. We were all packing up. We were helping Greg, and then literally, Karma just turned to me, like as I was sitting on the sofa. She just turned to me and said, "I don't like you, bitch." And I was like, "What?" And then she
That
said,
was
"Oh, bitch,
shocking.
I just don't like you." And I said, "I'm literally like, girl, what?" And she's just like, "I don't like you, bitch. Oh, you just do something in my spirit." And she got up and started looking at it like she was catching the Holy Ghost, and then from there,
How did you feel when she got up in your face though, pointing and poking
Mm.
you? Like,
I knew she was
like
mad, and I knew that if it would have went any other way, I done been to prison and stuff before. I done gave that life up. So nobody on that show other than Ty has experienced that life, and nobody experienced it as long as I did
Mm.
throughout all my life. So
Oh, so
I
hold
wasn't
on
about
one
to lose.
minute, Jedi. So you also mentioned that niggas like Bryson can't be calling you a snitch. Give the people the rundown what y'all didn't see. So what y'all didn't see at the first EP meeting when we decided to come. So before it was the beats, listen to beats. We had another EP meeting where everybody brought their thoughts together. It was just discussion on we want to do a project together. At that meeting, Trap, you and Bryson was on the live. I don't know if you remember. You and him was on the live, and Jada, what did he say? That's the nigga that got me fired or thrown out the EP. Do you remember that?
Yeah, yeah. You and him were talking one day. I remember baking the cake, and I was supposed to be getting out the door real fast. And And I clicked onto the Instagram, and you and Bryson was talking, and he was like, when I got into, when I logged in, I think, you was like J-Dot over there, and then he said, yeah, that's the nigga that had got me, or that's the guy, or whatever he called me. They got him kicked off the EP. That's what he had said, but we weren't supposed to talk about stuff like that because, that's what Greg had told us. That's what production had said. So, for me, it was like, here it is, like this guy is talking about things that he's not supposed to be talking about. So we ended up having a meeting, with each other, and inside of the meeting, he brought up the fact that Greg got on to him about.
So pause right there. So after that, so as you on live trap, we actually in the meet. It was on a Saturday. You and Bryson was on live while we in the meet. Jada on his way to the meet. So when Jada got to the meet, he's showing us the live. So we all in a meeting, like looking at what Bryson's saying. Cause it was Saturday night, we was on a rooftop, and we looking at him talking to him, going off on Jada. So Jada like, what's going on with him? So I was like, of course, I said, don't worry about it. But me and Bryson had a conversation later. So after that, Bryson got mad at Jada because he was like, why are you always going back and tell production stuff? Because at this time, even though I'm getting on Jada about like, hey, Jada, you can't say that you a character. Like, this is real life. At the same time, Jada was coming to me like, if you want to know something, he gonna come to me. But you know how people when they get comfortable, they've been with you for a while, they ain't coming to production no more. They think they can do what they want to do. So when Jada was coming to me and like this and that, Bryson was stored to say that he was a snitch. He was saying like Jada is going back and telling production stuff. So Bryson was trying to start stuff in the midst of the group where he was telling other people about, that Jada basically trying to take his spot. He trying to warm up to production and stuff like that. So like a week later, I had them do a sit down. So at this sit down, which I think I'm gonna show in the deleted scene, Bryson just went. Remember Jada? He went bananas on you, and Jada just looked at like, "Is this real?" Like Jada was just like, so when Jada got to this point, he was over it because this is second time somebody went off on him. The first time was Bryson. He said that like a week before, and Bryson is just like, fuck you, nigga, you snitch. Chicken coming out his mouth.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Chicken was coming out his mouth, literally.
He was going bananas on Jada. Like, cause he was so mad at Jada. He was like, bro, we don't do that. We the cast stick together. They don't go back and tell production stuff. Like Bryson broke all type of fourth wall at that point because he was so mad at Jada. At that point, this the second week where Karma went off on him. So he's like, he just over it. So at this point, Jada and I'm like, okay, so what y'all didn't see, Jada was almost like to break down. Cause he like, what the fuck why are these people just going off on me? Like for these type of reason where maybe I am asking stuff and doing stuff, but I don't feel like they have a right to get in my face or just like cussing me out and stuff like that. Cause Bryson is like in his man's face. Karma is in his man's face. So I think when we got to the Karma situation, I think he was kind of over it.
Yeah, very much so. I didn't even remember all of that, but yeah, I mean, I was because of the fact that I'm having to put up with this shit, and I mean, according to the contract, you're not supposed to fight. So, and Bryson had made it clear that he would call the police. So you're having a battle with, well, if I put my hands on you, you're going to call the police. You know what I'm saying? So I can't put my hands
you out and call me all type of name. And
you're not.
When y'all see that scene, Jada was just like, he took it. He didn't cuss Bryson back out. He was like, is this real? I was like, yeah.
The verbiage, the words you're using, snitch. You don't say a regular nigga is not about to call another regular nigga, or a man ain't just about to call another man a snitch, even if they arguing. Those aren't words that you get to use at your privilege just because you want to say them out your mouth in the regular world. Some punk could say that to another punk, and they know that they ain't gonna do nothing to each other. It ain't gonna mean nothing. But a nigga ain't gonna walk around calling no other nigga.
They got a question. Why not have energy with Bryson?
Huh?
They said, why not have this energy with Bryson?
Because I couldn't do nothing to him. I wasn't because I was still up under the obligations of what I read and stuff. And and Bryson already done brought it up that he will call the police. He's going to use this. He called himself a Valley Girl or a Sally Girl or whatever he called himself. Yeah, and it's like, boy, you were just a whole punk. You want to call the police because you popped off at the mouth of somebody boxed you in your shit. The fuck? So it's like, oh, I can't even hit you. So let me just sit my ass down. I'm just going to shut up and do my best to just put up with this because I'm irritated by arguing back because at this point, I just want to hit you and I can't hit you. So I have to argue back. And this is boring. Like, she just hit the fuck out of you. I wanted to take it with a fucking glass that was to my fucking right. I should be able to just bang you across the face with this shit. You know what I'm saying? And get the fuck on. But no, you're gonna want to call the police, and I'm gonna have to deal with charges behind the fucking pump that I don't want to be sitting next to. So I left that shit alone.
Yeah.
Mm.
So when we got there and she do all of this, what made you? Because you did. Because I think even they said and I said it. You was taking it at first. What went off in your mind for you to not to take the verbal words
I was
no more?
just doing my best to just take it. Like I was just doing my best to let her be expressive the way she was, and just eat it and hope that in the end we get to some type of resolution. But
Mm.
it wasn't the words, began to hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like the same way I'm sitting here using these words that hurt, they began to hurt me too. So they began to hurt. And then when it got to that last part, I don't know if it was cut like that or if that's just the way it went, but I do remember when she had said, when y'all men get together, that was just like the final
Hold
nail in
on,
the
so
coffin.
that's when the camera first got back on. Honestly, it's no cut in that part. It's cut like later on in y'all conversation, but that's when I got the camera back on.
Okay, yeah.
So
So
yeah, at that point when she said that, the camera had just got back on. I had went in my bag because you remember I had everything in the bag. It wasn't like I just
yeah,
took down. We was packed up. So at that point, I had turned the camera when she coming around. So
yeah.
as
So the nerve of
come
you
around the
to sit
couch,
there and
she had jumped up in his face. We had to pull her back the first time because she jumped in his face again. The first time saying like, "Bitch, I don't like you." So that's why she was up and she was on that side of the couch because she had jumped up at that point. Was telling. So when you see the camera come back on that first scene, that's literally the first part I caught.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, so when she got to that point though, like because all the stuff you done said, like you done alienated yourself from the gay world by calling me all of these things. And then you had the nerve to say when y'all men get together as if you wasn't a man, as if you're not a punk. So I had to bring you back down to reality. Like, no. Like, baby, you had lost it. Like you got so far over in your trans world and your mindset of thinking that you forgot what you was born as. Let's bring you back over, baby. No, let's bring you back to the truth. Come back to the light, mama.
The trap, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Do you have any question about this before I move on about this part in terms of when she first jumped up?
No, I'm good.
You good? Um, do you feel like you said no in the confession, but I'm gonna ask you again. Do you feel like you thinking about it now and watching it play out? Do you feel like you crossed the line by using those slurs?
Um, No and yeah. I say no because of how I felt. I mean, I know I shouldn't allow people to hurt me, or I shouldn't feel as if I need to hurt people because somebody hurted me. So I hate that happened, but it was just real. I can't take back something that was real. You know what I'm saying? I can't take back those moments in that moment. I can't take back how she made me feel. So I would just say that somebody in her shoes, you don't have the right to sit there and pick at somebody and you do what you're doing and you came at them first and then think that they should still be respectful about who you are
Period.
when you
Yeah.
done came at them. You don't get that right. No, you don't get that right in no aspect,
Yeah.
in no world, with
And I
nobody.
think the comments agree with you right there
Yeah,
because
and
we,
I
Yeah,
think so too. And I think I was getting on Vay and Lottie about that. I was like, she attacked him first. Like I
yeah,
get what
yeah,
he's saying. At the
yeah,
same time, we all human. Like Jada is still a human being. That's what I think they, and that's the thing when you are masculine or you just don't have a give fuck. People forget that you still have feelings, and it's just like she had no right to attack you. At the same time, I told you I'm not gonna let you use the excuse. I only said it because I got mad. I feel like if you said it because it's in you, because if it wasn't in you, you would never said it. You would have used other words. So you remember I was telling you about that part. So you gotta take responsibility for what you said. At the same time, you don't have to take responsibility for what she did. She was totally wrong, even if the spirit did tell her to do that, or you was a transphobia. You have no right to attack anybody like that. So I just
yeah,
wish a lot of them had just held her more accountable, which y'all gonna see more in the season. And even me and Lottie got in a real bad argument in confessional because I was like, I feel like sometimes if Karma would have did what she did to y'all at that restaurant, I feel like the group would have held a mean. We're like, we ain't gonna deal with Karma no more because it was Jada. She threw all that stuff at him at the restaurant. It was no type of me. Even I was trying to get them to address her. They didn't even barely do that. I'm I
was
feel
the
like
girl scared?
I don't know they scared, but I feel like they just didn't like Jada. I feel like
Yeah, I
most of them
feel
didn't
that.
like him. They really did not hold her accountable. What you gonna see? You're gonna see me a lot of you like in a real intense conversation and argument about that because I'm like, no, I just don't like the fact of if we Jada is part of the group at the end of the day. He's part of the group, therefore he's gonna be participating. He's part of. So if we're gonna hold one person accountable, y'all gonna have to hold everybody else accountable when they do something wrong. And what she did at that restaurant was just totally wrong.
Mhm.
So I didn't understand why it was always yeah she did, but it was dead. So it was just I couldn't rock with that. I couldn't rock with that because I seen Lottie season one. She was on Rebel by a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? When Rebel did something wrong or they did something wrong, she was on them. So it's like why you not doing the same thing for Karma? So that was weird for her this season. I just didn't like how she was always trying to make excuses for Karma.
Yeah,
And
I felt the same way. You know,
so if you get a cussing out, she need to get a cussing out. We don't. It's not about gender when you wrong. It's not about sexuality when you wrong. Like we have to see people as people when it come down to correcting them. It's not like because she's a trans woman we can't say no, no. Because I'm not addressing you because you're a trans woman. I'm addressing you because you're wrong for your action. Just like I
yeah,
tell you, you're wrong for the stuff you say, Jada. Like that's a bias that you have to say. So I'm not gonna let you get away with. Oh, I only said it because I was mad. No, that's honestly a certain bias you have about trans people that you have to deal with and
yes,
be accountable for. That's just point blank period. It had nothing to do with Karma did because you could have said something else about her and you
yes,
decided to use that. Therefore, because you knew that was going to hurt her. So, you was wrong for your response in that
yes.
way. Let me ask you more about this. You got into God. Why did God come in this?
I think only in the moment. I mean, it just hit that way. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it was like as if you were gonna refuse. I mean, she admitted that, yes, I was, bitch, don't disrespect me again. But it just was like you're going to all the spiritual stuff, and baby, God is the only spirit. You know what I'm saying? The highest of highest spirits. So what does God say to you? What do you dream as when you go to sleep? You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So you a man. And if I ask God, if you go to God right now and ask him, am I gay? He's going to say, yes, he's gay. You know what I'm saying? So he's not going to sugarcoat me to be something else that I'm not. Like, no, you ain't no way. You
But
sucked up.
you do know, and I think well, we're gonna get into that part where they say, which is a fair point. But what about the people that don't believe in this ideology of God? How would you?
It's
What would you?
fair for it's fair for what people to believe in whatever they want to believe in or don't want to believe in. That is fine for you. But you're talking to me. So because you're
Right,
talking to
right. So
me,
I realize I'm talking to you. That's why I'm asking you. So I'm
so I can't make up a story
no, no.
about what
Let me finish my
people
thought.
believe.
Let me finish my thought, Jada, and I'm gonna let you finish your thought. What I'm saying is, you saying God. What if someone that don't know what their ideology is or what God is, and you using that analogy? What I'm asking you, how would you respond to that?
The same way I responded.
Which you'll still bring up God up.
Yeah, because God ain't got nothing to do with you not believing in him.
God don't have anything to do, but at the end of the day, for some people, it's still a social construct. Meaning, when I say a social construct, I mean like it's still something that people feel like is not a real thing. It's something that we was taught. So
Well,
I'm trying to
how
get more.
about
Let me
we
finish.
die
Let me finish.
and we die and we come back and we give each other the answer when we get there. We tell them what he has said or what we found out.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, since everybody don't believe in that social construct, what I'm simply saying is, how do you not even say relate because you might not even care to relate to them, but how do you respond or how you even have these type of conversation? Because at the end of the day, if you working with a group of people of artists, and at the end of the day, you was only in this situation because you was on the show, right? If you wasn't
Mhm.
on the show, most likely you wouldn't be dealing with that. So let's say you on season 3 or any other show, how would you handle those type of situation when you're trying to relate or you trying to make them understand in a I won't say a natural form, but in another type of ideology or another type of understanding or word.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't. I would deliver it just like I'm about to say it. I mean, if I know what it is that you're battling and what it is, or how you feel you are, maybe the reason why you don't believe in God is because of the Bible, and because of the Bible, because it says that He doesn't condone gay and homosexuality and stuff like that. So for you to make yourself feel good, you're going to strip out reading any of those type of contexts, those type of things, because they make you feel invalidated to be worshipped, to be loved by this God that's supposed to be the God. You know, I don't do that. I don't separate myself or separate or not look at the Bible or not read it because it said what it said. No, you take your problems to God and you go pray to Him, and and then you let it be
So
from there.
how do you deal with being a homosexual and based upon the Bible? What do that mean for
Well,
you?
when in my last prison sentence, I told God, I got very comfortable and talked to Him about, my sexuality. Why would you make me this way if it's such a thing? But I also was able to realize all the blessings that He gave me, and He was the one that did what He did. If anybody knows my story, so with Him doing what it is that He did within my story, I told Him that I need a boyfriend when I get up out of here in prison. You know what I'm saying? I needed that stability of a boyfriend to balance me out. I had my boyfriend within the first 4 days. That same boyfriend had us a home within the first 30 days of being together. I knew that he was meant to be in my life. Now, God had only told me that that relationship was going to only last for 1 year. You know what I'm saying? But it was fine. And it did only last for that 1 year, that spirit in my brain told me that it was only going to last for. You know what I'm saying? But he did what it is that he needed to do in my life to get me ready for the next level of life. So it's not about worrying about what the Bible says. If you have something that you want to talk to God about, just go to the Spirit open heartedly. Be willing to listen, understand, take direction, criticism, and everything, and just listen if He's willing to talk back to you. And 9 times out of 10, He will, or she will. It may appear to you as a female, voice. You know what I'm saying? God appear to you however it feels it needs to appear to you when he trying to reach the person that is really genuinely trying to seek Him. So for me, I can only give you what my experience was. He don't have an issue with who I am because He made me who I am. He can't foresee you the days of the lives that He put you into your mama's womb and then banish you. You know what I'm saying?
So,
But
hold on, Jen. I'm trying to get clarity. So you saying he had no problem with being gay, but when it come down to your gender, that's a different thing.
it's not even a different thing. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm saying you
Because
made the statement when you ask God who you are, God gonna say you a man. So what does that
well, He gonna
mean?
still call you what you are. I mean, you can't go to God and lie and say, "Baby,
Right.
I'm your daughter."
So that's what I'm asking. Maybe you don't understand what I'm saying. Let me clear it. So when I say gay, I mean like you identify as a man, but you attract to the same sex. But when I talk about like a transgender, I mean like they change in their sex. So I'm asking you if that's what you mean about the gender part when you said when they brought up the thing, he said about you not being gay or something like that. And you say, yeah, I'm still a man. I just probably like niggas. So would you attacking more the gender part or change your gender, or would you saying the gay part as well with the gender?
No, I think that we've had transgenders, even if they weren't able to make themselves have titties and stuff. We probably had people who identify as the opposite sex since the beginning of time. Just because their stories aren't recorded, don't mean that it wasn't there. So, like gay was there since the beginning of the time.
Okay.
So I can't sit here and put that off as if they don't know God or anything like that because I'm not God, and that would just be crossing the
No,
line too much.
I don't mean it. I mean like what? So what you mean about when you say go to God and God gonna say that's a man? So what you mean by
Oh,
that then?
that was only just trolling in that
Okay,
point. If you go to
so
God,
you
God is
was
going to call
trolling.
you a man.
You was trolling.
Yeah, yeah. You
Okay,
you
gotcha.
think you're a woman, but
I thought you was serious. That's why I'm asking these questions. I didn't know
oh
you were
man,
trolling.
no, 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 no. I can't go that
Okay,
far now.
okay.
Come
Well,
on.
we can move on. I'm thinking you really. I didn't know you was trolling. I really thought you was just okay.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
also
yeah. That would be just beyond me. Like I can't. Yeah, I can't
yeah.
do that.
Okay. We can leave it there. You also say your mom used to call you a faggot.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think my mom's really ever like used that word. I think I was just saying it as in my dad and other people, because my mom's ain't never really like. If she did, she probably only used it one time, as I'm sitting here trying to go through in my memory, but it was more so just like my sister and I can't even really say my dad because he was the one that used to always tell me to like be yourself and you need to be yourself. You're not
So
being
why he used
yourself.
to whoop you then?
Well, he used to when he the times used to where he used to whip me. My dad was only in my life at really up until like age 9 when my mom's left. So the
Okay.
things that he did are so big that some things I just won't remember. But I do remember me always getting my ass beat, and I remember him always hitting my mom's when she would stand up for me while he was beating my ass. So I do know that she took a lot of ass whippings because he wanted to beat on me. And my mom's was the one who told me that your dad used to always call you a faggot and a sissy since you were a baby. And she
Mm,
used to act, I think you call him a faggot or a sissy. He's only a baby. And she said, and he would say that he could see it in me,
uh,
So I do remember her telling me that, you know what I'm saying, that she would ask him, like, why do you call him the names? And he said he was able to see it in me, So
um,
Yeah. Yeah, so my mom's like, when she found out, I mean, yeah, she had a way she treated me and stuff like that. I used to watch her call other boys sissies. That maybe I've seen that. Before she found out about me, I would watch how she might call. Like I could always remember the scene of being in a laundromat and this super gay guy was in there. He was light skinned, he had hair. I could just remember him, and she be like, "Look at that punk, that's sissy," And it was just like, I was like, in
So
my
you
brain, I was like,
grew up
"Oh,
around
don't
those
let her
words.
find out about me."
You grew up with that language. It was nothing. Say sissy and punk. It's not a. It wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was just the language. I mean, it was just the language, of people. Rappers. I mean, people just said those things a lot. You were able to have freedom of expression all the way. If you were who you were, had the right to respond how you wanted to respond. You know what I'm saying? But you couldn't knock somebody for what they said. Looking back, because today we're so censored. So it's like this sucks. It sucks that you can't say certain things no more because you got to be so careful of everybody else's feelings
Mm,
and it's like nobody are careful of those people. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, it kind of sucks. It does.
it sucks. Yeah. It was. I think that was it. Because you said you was trolling about the God stuff. Is there anything else you regret? Is it anything that you regret saying just watching it back? Like one particular thing, or it is what it
I was
is.
yeah, the whole damn thing could have not been done. I would have not wanted to do that. That was very, it was very cringe. You know what I'm saying? It took a lot. I'm still processing it. That's why I'm a lot of aggressive tonight.
Mm,
So,
yeah.
but
Keep it cute,
for
but
anybody out there that's
hurt you
watching,
back.
I want people to understand that it wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? It's not fair. I was a person was raised and who get called certain names. It's not even
Mm,
about my race. It's about some of the people that I was raised around because I'm still dealing with those emotions of certain people now that I'm home in Savannah right now. Certain people that always felt a certain way still feel the same way. Some people have grown past it and I've had conversations with them and they've grown in ways without even knowing they've grown. And I'm so happy to be here and around them. But then I have some family members that are very close to me that feel that same way and never changed. And that shit fucking hurts. It hurts when a person won't call you a faggot, but that's what they're thinking. You know what
mm,
I'm saying? It hurts when a person want to call you out your name, hurt you. They want to hurt you so bad, but they won't do it only because of the fact that something happened in their life and they just don't want to use that word because they don't want God to have karma come back on them. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? So I want anybody to know that shit does hurt. And me being in here and going through some of the things I'm going through, it reminds me of how I got the way that I am. It reminds me of how I got this verbiage that I've had because I've expressed it with these same people. Like I'm out here hurting people. I've hurt people. I've hurt people that I was castmates with about having these thoughts and these ways that I speak and talk about people.
mhm.
I'm saying it's not right. And I'm sitting here talking to a person that made me feel that way. They used to call me those same names, and they're careless. They don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying about how I feel about anything it is that they said or they did. So I want my castmates to know that aside from the drama that we created outside of that shit, maybe some of that drama would have never been created if I wasn't some of the ways that I was. So I'm not a monster. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a person who don't think about other people's feelings. I'm a human being, and I'm very I care about people. I love people. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to just intentionally just throw people off just for a role on season 3 or to be the talk of the town. Like that. That's not it.
No,
You know what I'm
I think
saying?
y'all definitely moved past this. Like it was so much other drama that about to come up. So y'all definitely moved past it. Like this problem, of course, it was more problem, but this problem definitely we just y'all do move past it. I want to ask you this
Yeah, but
though.
no, just because in real life, before these episodes, when these things are happening right now, I talk to people and I let people know, like, I've been mean to some people. I get mean in some of the ways I think. Even when I was talking to
Mhm.
Chrissy, I told Chrissy in one of my messages, like, look, she want to know why I called her those things that I called her. I said, look, baby, I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I get mad, just know that that's like my go-to word to make you mad, and it's not right. And I apologize. But until I get past it, it just is what it is. You don't have to accept it. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to accept me or want to be my friend anymore because I'm disrespectful. And and that's fair. You know what I'm saying? But I have to grow. And until I grow past that point, if you can't be
Do you
around me
feel
or
like this
something,
experience help you?
a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would go back and do that experience with again. Because I've grown and I learned a lot from it.
yeah. Let me ask you about this. I two more questions. We can freestyle it. How do you feel like? Because you remember after that, it did get back to your castmate that you using transphobic and homophobic slur. How do you watching it now? Is it understandable if they say that they don't want to film with you or be around you anymore?
Yeah, yeah. They have that right. So
But I'm
I
saying,
guess
would
that's.
you understand it though? I know they have that right. Would you honestly 100% understand why?
I would understand. I would just want them to also be understanding that we're all human, and how can we grow to be better people if we're not willing to forgive? Even or I'll put it like this: I understand. You don't
Mm-hmm.
have to want to work with me, but be willing to forgive me. If you would want forgiveness for yourself, be willing to forgive somebody else.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. Bay also made a comments too where he was getting on you about what did you feel about Bay feedback in this whole scene? Watching it play back, did you feel like he was being fair or he was just trying to he was towards biased towards you for karma? How did you honestly feel watching his commentary in a scene and in a confessional?
Um, I mean, they had the opportunity to be himself and I guess be feminine all his life and be who he is.
Mm-hmm.
So he can only be how he is. And I think sometimes some gay people only see the world as just gay and from the gay perspective, and straight people just put us down and they don't like us and stuff like that. And that's not it. Some people just don't understand things, so it's totally not. Some people don't just like you. Some people just don't understand things. And some gay people like Karma don't want to take the time to help people understand. I actually want motherfuckers to understand. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be understood and I want to understand other people. So if that makes me weak, so be it. But I like to care. I wanted to care about Karma. I wanted to know her, the real her. I wanted her to talk to me, tell me your
Mm-hmm.
real story about yourself. Make me understand you, how you got to being you. That type of stuff I care about. I don't want to just see you meet you and then just all of a sudden supposed to be fall in love with you. Ooh, that's boring. You know what I'm saying? So Vay I can understand because he's kind of boring. He don't seem to have a lot of depthness to
He
himself.
kind of boring. You a mess, J Dot.
I mean, because he don't seem to have a lot of depthness, so and I mean that's fine. Some people don't like to have go in depth about things, and have real, emotional moments, So he just look at it from the value of, oh, he's gay and oh, he's like the trade guy. So he just calling her this and oh, he don't love himself. Oh, I feel bad for him, you know. So whatever. I couldn't care less.
Yeah, it was a tough ride to see. I'm telling you, and the conversations only gonna get tougher. I'm telling you, within the next two episodes, I think I don't know, but I'm sure you'd rather have this conversation than this other conversation about to come up.
Well, yeah, I know next week is going to be even more crazier. So they are getting crazy.
So smoke your blood now. What's up, Vay? How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are y'all?
Child, not you laid back. We well. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, look, I was chilling, listening. Yes, great episode. J Dot, the gift that keeps giving. I love it. I love it.
Shut the
I
fuck
love
up.
it.
Uh,
I
I
mean,
agree, Cole. I told J Dot too. I told J Dot the same thing, and I know he's gonna disagree. I tell him it is not karma responsibility to educate you. That is, we
yeah,
can't put that on her. So I agree with that part.
yeah. I mean, like, I feel that way too. Like, I feel like, I mean, yeah, reading these comments, a lot of people are right. I feel like J Dot, like, you got a lot of trauma that you got to go through. And it's like, you got to look at the words that people are calling you, like transphobic and homophobic, and you have to see like, why am I being called that? And I think then you can like start to see what's going on, because it's like, I don't have a problem with you, but it's like deep down inside I feel like you have a problem with me or my femininity. Like we just brought that up, but like with my femininity or like other gay people. And I feel like that's a lot of black men, black gay men. We are like, masculinity is a prize and femininity is like just a weakness
Mhm,
or something.
mhm.
And we have to like work on that, because like it's just the way things are viewed. But it's just like, I don't know, I feel like, yeah, because one of the things that you did say to me, you were like, my mom told me I could be gay but I can't be a faggot, I'm not allowed to be
Yeah.
a faggot. And it's like, okay, I get what she's saying, but it's like that's hurtful. So it's like, I need you to like see that that was a box that she put you in, that she probably did to protect you. But it's like, you have to see that that box is not like helpful for you as a grown ass man, because you're old, you're the oldest in the cast right now. Bryson ain't here, so you're the oldest in the cast. So it's like, you have to have a a different mindset, and that's why I kind of called you prehistoric, because it's like we are gay men, and that's what it showed a little bit of in the clip while me and you was arguing. We are gay men. We have no right to tell anyone else how to live. We are black gay men. We are like at the, no, I'm not gonna say at the bottom of the barrel, but totem pole when it comes to status type shit. And we have no weight, so why wouldn't we hold hands with someone who is right there with us, even if we may be a little bit above them on the ladder?
Mhm.
But it's like, don't put somebody down in that way. Now, she what? Karma was wrong. Karma was dead ass wrong.
Yeah, remember
Been
you remember
wrong. Forever wrong.
babe, we was just chilling and she just like out the blue. Like that's no lie. She
Now, I feel like she could have said it in the right way, but it's like at the end of the day, yeah, she made y'all both wrong because, well, you made yourself wrong too. But it was like everything that she was saying, like, I feel like you're transphobic, and then you start saying transphobic shit, and it was just like
Mhm.
gas.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I didn't. I don't feel like I said anything transphobic. You know,
Well, you called
because
her
I
a
mean,
man.
well, at the root of the day, that's what you are.
Right, but
Well,
it's
Um,
that's
still
the
it's
root of
that's the
transphobia.
root of it's still transphobic. It's not saying
That's
see you're trying to
transphobic.
make it wrong and right. It's still a form of transphobia. Like at the end of the day, we're not trying to say you lying about what you said. It's still transphobia at the end of the day. So I'm not putting a judgment on it. I'm just saying what it is. I promise you I have no judgment on that. I'm just simply saying that is what the root part of transphobia.
I love you deeply, but yeah, Jada, you're transphobic and a little bit homophobic. You have internalized homophobia, and it's like maybe you gotta Google that shit and see what it is. But like, you should be comfortable to be whoever you are. If you wanted to be a girl, you should be comfortable with being a girl. That's what I was hearing you say while we were filming, and that's what I heard you say in your confessionals. If you wanted to be a girl, that was your choice. Like at
Oh
the end of
yeah,
the
that's
day,
what I was. Hold on one day. I want to ask you, Jada. You did
no, no,
say
no, no, no. I would not want to be a
no. I
woman.
know you didn't say that because you clarified, but I'm saying, can you clarify that again? Because you talked about it in the scene. Where
please
you at now with
explain.
that? Or what did you mean? Can you make that clear?
Okay, yeah. So I mean, I do have a because I don't think some things are all based on just gay or whatever, you know. I think, you
Mhm.
know, some things also relate to spirit, you know what I'm saying? So I do feel, you know, I have a female spirit, you know what I'm saying? You know, like I've always felt that way. You know, she's like right here with me while I'm talking to you guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna act like she ever went away. It's just that I gave her a little she became a little Kim for me. You know what I'm saying? Like versus talking to her, I could just stand Lil Kim. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was a kid, you know, that's
Yeah,
literally how it happened.
you know,
It was
them
like
weak.
she was there, and then I watched TV, and then Little Kim came out with the TD, and it was like that flamboyantness, that over the top, don't give a fuck. Everybody hated her. She was still that bitch. It was like, oh, my bitch would be a bad bitch. That's what my bitch would be.
So
You know
hold
what
on
I'm
one minute,
saying?
Jada. Just one question before I get it. How long would you dressing up before you, like you said, you had a realization that you was born up, you meant to be a
Well,
man?
I
How
too as
long?
a kid, you know what I'm saying? To be honest, I too as a kid, you know, used to dress up in female clothes. So, you know, I
What I'm
used to wear my
saying,
mom's
what
shit.
age did you stop?
Maybe around about like 11, 12. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, you know, I would just do it in the mirror at home, you know.
Okay.
So yeah, so that would be it, you know. And it was around 11, 12. You know, I remember looking in the mirror that day, and something had said, "You are a man, and you are a man like in this dimension." Like it was like very like before the words that I knew, but it was like very, very telling. Like it was like who you are. It was like something was talking to me, or maybe that female was talking to me. You are a man in this dimension. I'm a man in this time period of life. You know what I'm saying? I might have been her in my last life, and maybe somehow she got to
Mhm.
stick around with me. But I am a man in this time of life, and you need to accept that you're a man, and you're a beautiful man. You know, and that was it. You know, and from that
And you
moment,
never
I
had
never
you
did
never
that
had
again.
the desire
I
again.
never did that ever again ever since that moment. And I do think maybe in that moment when I was talking to her, you know, that memory came to me. It made me feel like, well, I have some transgenders because of the kids that used to pick on me and stuff and how they used to make me feel. That was the things I wanted to say. It was like maybe you never accepted yourself as a man. Maybe you're
Mhm.
hanging on to a female in your mind from who you used to be because you just had that thought of her and you don't know how to accept yourself in this reality in this day and time. And maybe and maybe so many people around you just tell you that you should be a girl versus them actually talking to you about the emotional parts of what's going on with you. We're so quick to just tell people what they are and affirm them for whatever they want to believe without actually talking to them all the way, talking about the hurt. What makes you feel this way? Get down to it. People don't want to be in depth with people. People don't want to get to the real emotions. I'm grateful that I had those emotions and that people would talk to me. Friends in school would talk to me, that I knew how to talk to God. I'm grateful that I had a godmama that taught me it was okay to talk to God about whatever you want to. Go to the spirit.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
But
It'll
I
have
have
your
a question.
Mhm.
So the only question, because this is what I was asking. So I remember you were saying like when we were watching it back, it looked like to me it seemed like it was more of a thing where like you're saying you had this conversation with yourself, and you told yourself that okay, you're a man. This is how you're supposed
Mhm.
to be. But at the same time, maybe that came from your parents, telling you that it was wrong
baby.
to be
God
gay.
still
So
talk, baby.
obviously
God still
being
talk to me. God still talks to
Let me
me. So
ask
what
you
you're
this though.
saying, it just goes out the window. It don't even have to be finished because God still talks to me. God has like before you got online, I just got finished talking to Greg about an experience. I didn't go fully in depth with everything that God had did. That most definitely just showed I ain't never got the question about. I ain't never nobody can ever even question God for what He did. You know what I'm saying? So, but in that moment, I remember talking to Him about me being gay. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because that was one of the biggest things I
So you
battled.
you feel like
You
that
know,
he gave you a pass?
it was like it's not necessarily giving a pass because God gonna be who He is. His word doesn't change. But at the end of the day, when you seek a relationship and you know that God is blessing you and He got love for you, why would you run away from that? Why would you create false idols just because you don't like the wording of something? Just go to
Mhm.
the spirit. So it was more bigger than caring about the world because God said, "Be in the world, but don't be of it." You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Don't be of the. You're in flesh. Don't be of the flesh. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? That those are very strong words that you have to internalize on a different level. You can't think about I'm just Dublavay or I'm Vondale or I'm Gerard or I'm Greg. No, you have to separate yourself into the spirit form of the world. You know what I'm saying? That's not here where time doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? And get into that part a little bit more. So for me,
I did
I did
not
that.
take you as a spiritual person. I'm gagging.
I wouldn't have did that song that I had
Yeah, Jedi is very
just that's
Okay,
spiritual.
you
bullshit because I can
definitely
rap
were
bullshit.
preaching. You were definitely were a preacher during your first performance. That's why I was gagging.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very,
Um,
very literal.
so to be clear, I'm gonna ask you a direct question. You don't resent trans women because you wish you was trans. To be clear.
No, hell, fuck no. That would be stupid.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? No, no, no. Everybody living their life.
But
I
why
believe
do
things
you
are
hate
relationship.
trans women?
I don't hate trans women.
I don't think he hate. I think he don't understand. And sometimes understanding when you don't understand something make you fear and it go into transfer homophobic. I don't think he hate him. I just think he don't understand and he
Yeah,
don't
no,
have.
and it's not even because I don't have to ever get an understanding of something. You know what I'm saying? I love Misha because she's just a funny ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? And she's real and she's like cool. And she doesn't make you feel any other way than she just being herself. Like I believe it 100% with her. Like it's just what it is. When I talk to Manaya, it's the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. She's broke it down and she's talked about it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
When it comes to karma, I feel more real with the karma that I met off camera than the person on camera. And I've told this to karma already. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I told her sitting next to her, I said, I feel like when the camera come on, a different you come out. You know what I'm saying? It's different before the camera come on. Like the you that that I talk to when the camera ain't on, that's a dope ass motherfucker right there. You know what I'm saying? But when the camera come on, it's like something else happens. So,
Jada, I feel like you're only wrong when you misgender her. Like at the restaurant, at the just in that scene just now. I
but
didn't
that
feel like
scene
you
right
were
there,
wrong,
do the
even when
babe.
it came.
That
Hold on, let
scene,
me talk. Let
I
me talk.
was
I
100.
feel like I feel like those two times, like you were defending yourself, but then when you started to misgender her, that's when it was a different
So
wrong.
for you,
But
Jada,
also,
for you, Vay, you feel
yeah.
like there's no time to ever misgender a person.
I don't think so. I feel like you can be a nasty bitch without being a gutter snipe nasty bitch. You know what I mean? Like you can have decorum. It was like when like calling somebody a monkey. You know what I mean? Like that conversation. Like it's
Hell
like I
no.
feel like this was around that time. I feel like it's the same thing. It's you can say whatever you want. Yes, you can, but there are ways to be respected. I mean, Vine. I told Vine when he reads, we're gonna see what next episode or in the next few
Yes,
episodes
yeah, that's
when
like
he reads
sad.
at the table. I was like, there's a way to read. Like you can be classy and read and like do certain things. And I just feel like that was a low read and it just has no
Yeah, but
point
I'm
or
gonna have to
value with me.
disagree with you on that, baby, because
Yeah, because
let me
yes, I
say,
know you stand
I,
up for your read.
Yeah, but
yes, and
I don't.
I feel like when it comes to reading someone, You really don't now, and this is, I guess you can kind
Yeah,
of be
to
like, oh
me,
well,
it's
J
no
Dot can feel this
rules.
way.
It's no
But
rules when I'm
right, and I'm not going to be very respectful when I feel like a bitch is coming for me. I'm not going to now when it comes to the trans stuff. I feel like you don't need to I feel like that's very below the belt. And I've talked to J Dot about this before. But when it comes to other stuff about saying stuff that I'm talking about how you look or whatever, I feel like that's just free game. I'm like, you either are gonna be like really hurt by it because you maybe feel like that's it's true. There's some truth to it or whatever. But I don't feel like if a bitch is coming for me, I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want to say about you, point blank. I'm not gonna care
Mhm.
how it's gonna make you feel. I don't care if it hurts your feelings. I don't care if people think it's low because, like I said, if you coming for me, I'm gonna come for you. But like I said, there are certain things where I feel like it should be off the table.
Yeah, I think also too to me, it's based upon an individual conscience. Like if that's your conscience, your moral, say you know what, I'm not gonna cross the line with this. It's too much for me. I
Right.
shouldn't have to be convicted
I
by
don't
them.
do health reads. I don't do health reads. If I know there's something going on with a person and there's, health things going on with them, you would never hear me bring those things up. Like when people bring up things about people having, certain diseases, stuff like that, you'll never hear
Yeah.
me reading a bitch about stuff like that because I feel like that's very below the belt.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people do. I think at the
But
same.
yeah, so my question is, Jada, so like, how would you feel if a straight person came up to you and was saying, you're unnatural because you don't fuck women, you're not straight, you're unnatural, that's
I
not
done been through all those
okay.
things. You ain't even saying
I
nothing
know,
that even
answer my
funny.
question. So what do you say to them?
What do you mean? What do you say to them?
When I come to you and say, Jada, you're doing the
Well,
wrong
first of all,
thing,
what
like
are the
what you
chances a
were saying
person's just
to
going to walk
Karma,
up to you
you can't
randomly
just,
and just
so you can't answer my question.
because that has never just randomly happened.
And
Now
I
I don't
know
have
who
been in a
says it
but,
will.
babe, what you haven't been in a
You're
dormitory
not
in a
answering
prison
my
where you can't
question.
escape, and
That's
you have
not what I'm
people that
saying.
don't. Yes, it is. You're saying the exact same thing, and I'm saying it better and bigger than you.
So
So
answer my question. Take it out of the box that you're putting it in your
a
lens
person
and
not
just
going to just
answer
walk up
my
to you and do that.
question.
So it's not
I'm
realistic. Can
not
we say
saying that.
something
I'm
realistic?
saying when somebody calls you a faggot and says that you're supposed to be straight, what do you say?
Hmm.
Stop,
If
stop trying
that's
to
how they feel,
stop trying to make it harder than it is, girl. I'm too high for this
it's
shit.
not.
Answer the
It's
fucking question.
that's not happening. Oh, you know what?
Oh my god, never mind, never mind. My thing
He's
is
just
that's
saying
what
if
you
I
were
was
someone
doing
did
to
say that to you,
Karma.
Jada, what would you say? What would your response be if someone said that to you? What would your response be to a straight person that would say that to you?
they have the right to believe whatever they want.
Hmm.
They do. I got a dude in the mall the other day. He don't know I'm gay yet. So you know what I'm saying? So he was just talking about people. He started talking about gay people. He said, yeah, he said in America you got all these gay people running around. He said, you think they're just gonna be you think God is just gonna let them come to them as a sissy? You know what I'm saying? And I was sitting there just standing next to him. We were having a dope conversation. So I was just like, and he just bought a cake. So shit, I was like,
So you were
I was
okay
in my
with
brain
that?
like, okay, he would have a heart attack. I
I'm
wonder how he's
not
gonna
saying you
feel like
have
when
to
he found
speak
out
up,
he's
but
gay.
my question is, you're okay with that?
Nah, you learn people mindsets. You learn them. You know what I'm saying? That was a moment where this dude seems like he really want to know me and seems to be cool. He always supports me. You know what I'm saying? He always show love. So if he just don't know that, then he don't know that yet. You know what I'm saying? So when that time comes to where you do let him know that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it'll be an educational moment for him where he'll connect with you because that's how it always is for the people that do
Well, that
think
was
those
an
things.
educational moment right then and
that,
there.
that, that wasn't the moment. We're in the middle of a store. He's feeling how he's feeling. He's saying things that are running some of his customers away. He might not know it, but at
And
that
but
moment,
is that not
it wasn't the
offensive to
moment for
you?
me. It
I
wasn't
mean,
the
I get
moment for
what you're
me to do
saying.
what I wanted to do
I
that
get what you're
because right
saying.
now I'm still clocked into work. I'm Mr. Cake Me Happy, so it's not about me being there straight. It's not about none of that. It's about making sure that my bag is secured. You know what I'm saying? And
And
it
I
is
love
secure with this
that.
person.
And I
You
love
know what I'm
that. But
saying?
there are
Yeah. So
businesses that aren't homophobic that you can be at.
he don't have to run away from me just because he
That's
chose to
all,
be that way.
folks. You don't
That's
have to force
fine, but
anybody to do anything. But at the end of the day,
that's also taking away the right from allowing people to be them. Sometimes it's okay for you to just sit, listen to people, and not give a response to everything. You don't got to
and
be the
okay,
hero
so you know what?
in every
Maybe it's
story.
because I was asked this time, but when I was working at a grocery store, a lady came down to my aisle and put her shit up on the fucking belt, and I was ringing her up, and she was like, "Ha ha, Sodom and Gomorrah, all gay people are going to hell." And I just giggled because I guess you're right. I'm not going to say something when I don't have to. It's an everyday passing. And she was like, "What? You don't think so?" I said, "No. The Jesus I know loves everybody. He's going to. He was hanging with sinners. He was hanging with whores. He was hanging with tax
Mhm.
collectors. And it's crazy
Okay,
because
Vay.
it's crazy because well, first of all, I grew up in church. That's where I get my harmonies from. Even though I'm singing about sucking dick now, but at the end of the day,
Yes.
it's like okay, the gag.
Yeah,
But it's
Yeah,
like
you're a
Jesus
PK,
loves.
right, babe?
Yes, PK. My parents are were pastors. My sister's pastor and shit. But it's just like I grew up in church. So it's like my parents taught me it was like Jesus was about love and acceptance. He wasn't about like
Hmm.
separating. He wasn't saying, "Hey, you're going to hell." He was saying like, "Hey, come get to know me and maybe you'll change your ways," type shit. Like, get to know me,
yeah,
let's get to know each other type shit. And
Mm.
that's what they
yeah.
taught me about religion. Even though I'm not even that much into religion now, but I know what
But you
like
know what
fake
was in, you
religion
know what was
is, which is
put
more
into
so.
you.
Yeah, but I also know what fake religion has become, which is more about criticizing other people and putting other
Yeah,
people down
I agree.
when we
yeah,
all sin and we're all equal. So that
yeah.
just has me questioning because at the end of the day, like there are just like a lot of things with religion, and I could talk about that another time. But at the end of the day, it's like I feel like we all should accept each other and love each other. And I feel like when it comes down to trans and gay, we're on the same fucking scale in the world that like have you not seen Pose? Like I don't understand. Like you must never have watched Pose. Like you need to watch
Mm-mm.
Pose and then you'll understand like both our struggle. And at the end of the day, you think your struggle is hard as a black gay man, which it is hard, but imagine being a trans person.
I
The struggle is
know.
hard. So that's why it broke Karma for you to say that shit. Which at the end of the day, she was wrong for all the shit she was saying to you. But I just feel like that's a whole different level. Like, but at the end of the day, you just gotta like learn like what's respectful and what's not. At the end of the day, I think you should have stood your ground. I feel like Karma, like we all said, Karma was wrong and she came out of nowhere. And the way that she said shit could have been right, but you just proved her. I mean, could have been better, but you just proved her right when it came down to it.
Yeah.
And you just need to check: am I homophobic? Am I transphobic? Like you should let people be whatever they want. Like when you brought up the whole Ty situation when we were with Ty at Pride, and you told him to take off his rainbow thing at Pride, and I'm like, but like
Well, I told him
that's
to get off
more
the
a you
floating.
problem. That's more of a you problem
But
though.
I
Like
addressed that
you
with Ty
can't
though. Like
project.
what you don't
A
know is
lot of
that I went to Ty after that, and I said, you know what? Actually, when you stood on the stage and I seen you come out with it on, I actually did like it. You know what I'm saying? Because it
yeah,
made
but do you
sense.
see my point? Do you see my point though? That it's inside
Yeah.
of you. It's
He's just
inside of
saying that,
you.
yeah, at that moment, like, first of all, Ty, I know Ty and I have had our differences, but Ty is at a Pride event. It's gonna be rainbowed out, and the fact that he had a tire on that's rainbow, it's like it shouldn't be an issue. But this is also his performance, so if he feels like that's what he wants to wear, and that's the statement he wants to make, then he has the right to do that. But you just got to kind of just think a little bit more, because me and you, I feel like we've never really had any issues for real, and we've
Hmm.
always showed each other love. But you just got to think a lot more before you start saying things and before you start acting out, because you just have to kind of think about how it's going to affect the person that you're dealing with. Like I said, there's things that you can say to someone where you could have said all types of shit about Karma. It could have been some bad things, but not to that point of, I feel like like they was saying, the fact that she is black and she's trans, like, I can imagine what it's like to walk in Karma's shoes, because being black and gay is one thing, but to be trans, that's a lot to unpack. That's a lot going on. And the fact that, I'm sure every day she's dealing with prejudices, and it's not anything that's going to compare to what we have to go through.
Yeah.
True.
And I
You
agree with
know.
that. But like also I don't think anybody was offended by the rainbow thing, but it's just like we have to look at the bigger picture too. Why do you have a problem with Ty wearing a rainbow outfit
It
at a
wasn't
pride
about the
event?
rainbow. It was about looking cute. That's all it was about. Like it
Oh,
was
you didn't think it
ugly.
was cute?
Yes, that's all it was about. That's why I said I went to her after the right after she performed when she got off the stage. I got a picture. I didn't post it yet. I was gonna post it, and I found a picture of her and Vaughn. And
I thought you were talking about that it was like too gay.
Ty,
no, I
he's a
didn't give a
fake
fuck
as
about
bitch,
that,
so
bitch.
don't
I
even
dressed up
try
as
it.
the Black Boy George. Boy George. I only have that name because he is a gay man. You know what I'm saying? It was to like wear the fuck. Okay, if I'm gay, bitch, let me wear this shit on my fucking face. This is what you're gonna say my name as. You know what I'm saying? The Black Boy George. So
Wait, what are
like
you talking about? The black boy George is gay? Like
the
what?
real Boy George is gay. You don't know Boy George in the Culture Club?
Mm, is that before my
Okay.
time? You
He,
are a
he
different generation.
fuck you. I'm a dinosaur, okay. But yeah,
I'm
he
a millennial.
okay, so yeah, so Boy George and the Culture Club was like very big in the 80s and 90s. You know what I'm saying? While I was in prison, a dude had ended up calling me, "What are you, like a rapping Boy George?" I didn't know who Boy George was in this moment. So I was like, I thought he was calling me a faggot. I thought he was calling me a faggot at rap. So I was like, "What the fuck you just said?" And he was like, "You don't know who Boy George is?" And I was like,
Who is
"No."
Boy George?
So Boy George is a white singer in a group called the Culture Club from the UK that broke over into the America, with their music because he was very forward in his videos and expressing his, passion for other men, kissing on other males or dressing up as females, and sometimes in some of his videos, it made our America not really shine a big light on him and his music. So he was successful, but his success didn't last very long. So he went back home and he always talked about how when America they put you in boxes and stuff. And where he's from, he was always able to be him. He had girlfriends and stuff, but over here he has to be labeled as a gay singer because in America that's how they do you. So when the guy had taught me his story, my cellmate, I ended up writing a song called Boy George, about a boy that was in love with a girl that put his sexual his understanding of me understanding it was a real story of me understanding I'm a guy and I really like guys, but I like this girl and I'm doing
Wait, so
everything
he
because
called you that because y'all were both gay? Is that why you
no,
chose
he
the Black
wasn't.
Boy George? I'm
I think
confused.
he was just trying to because he was a cool roommate, so he wasn't one who ever disrespected me. In honesty, I think that was his first time and lead into our other conversations where I got to
So wait,
talk
why
about
does
him.
he call you the Black Boy
So he
George?
was
Is it because
trying
y'all
to
were both
break.
gay?
No, he wasn't gay. He was just my cellmate.
No, the
Are
the
you talking
the
about why
Boy
he just compared
George
me?
and you.
Yeah, yeah. He compared me to the black. He compared me to he compared me to Boy George. What are you, a
Because
rapping
he
boy
was
for?
gay.
Because Boy George was gay. Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So I
Okay,
thought,
that's cool. But yeah,
and
no, yeah, I just think you need to check on the homophobia and the
so no, so
transphobia.
I'm not homophobic or anything. You know what I'm saying? I know who I am. I love gay people. I'm
Like, do
one of
you
the
have
people.
a problem with like
No, like
femininity?
if we were walking down the street and somebody had picked on Carmen and say I didn't know her. You know what I'm saying? I would we would be friends in that moment because I would get on that other person's ass. I done had moments where I done check people who thought it was cool to talk about certain people. You know what I'm saying? Like I done lived that. When I was in a prison, I was picked on by a whole dormitory, and I had to live there. So I had to stay there with these people who don't like me. And majority rules. So some people are punks. Not calling gay people punks. Some real men are punks because they won't stand up for something that they know is wrong. You know what I'm saying? They'll come and tell you. They'll be in the corner and they'll talk to you. But in front of the other people, they may act like they don't give a fuck, and you will never know it until they come and tell you, yo, I apologize, or who, because they just trying to get through their time. And people start calling them names too. So I know how it feels to wear a, everybody's thoughts on your back and you still not have to give a fuck and wear a brave face. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that some people don't want you to sit at their table. You know what I'm saying? I done had inmates that wouldn't allow me to sit at their table. Imagine having to go around the fucking different tables to sit at because niggas don't want you to sit there because you're labeled as the gay boy. And if you sit with them, people think that they're gay too. You know what I'm saying? That's fucking hurtful as hell. And you can't do nothing about it. Nothing. Fighting wouldn't do you any justice because you'll just get beat up by multiple people who will probably pack on and beat you to death. And then you'll just be another person that died in prison, and the prison won't be fucking reported. You know what I'm saying? Because that happens. So, like, I would never do Karma that way. I would have never did her that way. Even that day, it didn't matter what I sometimes come off as. I would never, ever. I stand for
Until she
something.
makes you mad.
It wouldn't matter. I could call you whatever I want to, but we in the same rainbow family. You better go. But when them ops get against us, then we'll be friends. But while I'm sitting
Mm,
here next to you, I can say whatever the fuck I want to say to you because bitch, you in the
mm,
same goddamn boat. What the fuck are you talking about?
mm, mm.
That's what I was trying to
There are
say.
certain
What you
things
think?
I can argue with my family and not and say, and there are certain things I can argue with my family and not say.
It's
But I
certain
get
things I
what
can
you're
argue
saying.
and say if we're in front of ops, but we wasn't in front of no ops. We was around our family, and you was trying me. No, girl, I need to remind you who you are, because you really had lost it. How did you become gay? Because you want to be a woman.
What?
Lord have mercy.
I'm trying to read these comments.
Girl, I ain't even reading them comments. Child. Fuck
Well,
them damn
girl, they're
people.
going off on all of us.
Child, I know they been with off. That's why I ain't read none of the bitches.
Well, there's one old queen that's in the comments that don't know what the hell she's talking about, but go on, carry on.
Child, I ain't reading none of no comments. I ain't looked at the conversation not one time since we've been on. Hell
Never
no, I
ran
like to
from
go
my
read.
family. Never have I ever. My family loves me. I ran to the money, to the
No,
bag,
let me tell you about a family member. When you have a
to
family
a
member, because I'm not gonna
chance
lie,
chasing Atlanta.
that's what it's called. What that is?
No, I'm saying the reason I moved to Atlanta was because it was the Black Gay Hollywood. It is the Black Gay Hollywood. And
Yeah.
6 months later, I was on a show. Ty, how long were you in Atlanta before you got on the show?
You don't live. You wasn't from Atlanta?
No, I'm not from Atlanta. I've been down here for 3 years. But I'm just trying to figure out what
Oh,
Ty talking about. Does he want to come on the line?
what's I talking about? Child, I
No,
don't
he
even
just
want
said
to
I
read.
ran from my family to come be gay in Atlanta. But
That's what you did.
no, that's what Ty
No,
said
you
I
honestly,
did.
because they honestly, you when we went to my house, that was the night that you opened up and you talked about your family and where you were from and how you was raised. You was telling me then how not to say certain things or how I can come off. So like those type of
Yes,
people
because
don't
we
know.
had
Like
just
I
filmed
live
at the dinner
successfully.
where you went off again. You
Yeah,
went
so
off
I
on
live successful.
trans rape.
Child, I ain't went off on no trans rights at the dinner. I didn't say anything.
You and Misha were like arguing about it.
Oh,
Oh, I remember. Yes.
yeah.
Oh, yes.
So that's why I was talking to you about that. But like, yeah, since we want to get into my life, my parents have always been very supportive of me. I came out when I was like 16, and my parents were just
Okay.
like, okay. Like at first it was like, are you sure you want to do this? And I was like, I don't know. I don't think so. And then I went and broke up with my boyfriend the next morning. And then it was like by the end of school, I was like, you know what? I actually really like you. Like, no. So yeah, I was with my parents. And me and that nigga ain't work out. But anyway, who my parents were like, we just want you to know, like, when you go to college, if you get a boyfriend and you want to bring him home, we're always down type shit. So my parents have always been there. Or any nigga I've dated, they've met, you know what I mean? So my parents have always been very supportive. But I moved down here to fucking because I have nieces and nephews. I moved down here to start generational wealth. When I'm gonna start it,
Come
don't
on,
know. I'm
generational wealth.
trying. But yeah, I was like, I want to have a house that my nieces and nephews can come to, uncle's house. I'm literally just turned 30, like 14, 15 days ago. So it's like I was down here to chase a dream and I'm on a show. I'm dropping bomb ass music, like and still dropping bomb ass music. And I'm just now starting to make videos like the girls should just be glad I was under a rock and they had time to get their shit together because I'm
Ooh,
coming
I know
out
that's
hot.
right.
That's all I'm saying is I'm coming out hot. So it's like I'm just glad to be here. Season two, only down here for it just hit 3 years, and yes, the most watched show on the platform. I
Yes,
love
Lord.
that, and I got my peach without even having to get a peach. So
Yeah. Oh,
all I did
look.
was show up to confessionals, babe, and group scenes. And then, yeah, Ty, where was you at for this group scene? The fuck? Oh, wait, he wasn't on AP, was he?
Mm-mm.
Well, damn. So,
Any
well, but
final
yeah,
thoughts,
so.
Jada?
That sound like a read and all that same time.
Final thoughts, Jada.
It is funny. No, you just stay tuned for episode 5 next week, Tuesday at 9 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? We are it.
So
It's what
far on time. It
we
was
outside.
it
We
was
outside.
it
Okay,
was
I
on
did not
time.
think the episode was going to come on time. I was like,
I
I
know
don't
you
even see
did.
the link. I was about to message
Hi,
you.
nigga,
I
to
was about
do.
to be like, where's the link
Hey,
so I can see it?
it went live and it went approving just that one little 50 seconds. That's all I needed. So
Okay, I know that's right. I know that's right.
that's all that matters.
I
But
was like, oh, we on time.
yeah, I'm telling you, I'm committed to be on time for the next 13 weeks. I'm gonna be on
Okay,
time. So
I know that's
I
right.
committed my Mondays and Tuesdays to make sure that I put this episode out on time.
I know that's right. Because
Consistently,
we will be sitting watching already on time.
right? Because I
Also,
don't need no messages from none of y'all. Because you remember I told you in the morning, leave me alone.
okay.
I'd be texting him about real life
Leave me
philanthropy. And I
alone.
ain't even on the show. And I'd be
Yeah,
like,
I was
Greg, what's
like,
going on?
if y'all don't leave me, y'all understand like Wednesday through Sunday. I don't like leave me alone.
But I would call him on the phone and be like, are you okay today? Okay, so what's going on?
Greg
So
be going through
I
it.
be trying to film other content. I actually like filming more than put it out, but I realized it's just part of the process. But I be wanting to just go film. So I be trying to get to a film a scene, child.
I know that's right.
hmm But I'm really excited for this rest of the season. It's like I said, I ain't gonna say they're gonna forget about this, but it's other stuff that I think gonna take the cake. So we just four. I think about seven. They're gonna be talking about the dinner and the stuff that Von said and things. It's just gonna be everybody gonna have their moment in the hot seat, J Dot. So I just you know, and even for Karma too, because I think for her, Karma is no longer in its place as well. So I think it's something for both of y'all to be watching it because I feel like both of y'all probably not in that same spot. So it's different. It can be difficult watching it back and triggering. So
Yeah, it was a lot watching it back. It
yeah, I had
was.
to delete one of your comments too, J Dog. I was like, he's wild.
It was a lot for me, and I wasn't even in the same.
Girl, I was there. I was trying to stand up for what I thought was right. I
But
was
also too next week, Vaughn, is where you and Karma do have the conversation, and then that's also too where the other stuff come out too, though, which they'll see.
Oh, okay. I'm ready.
Yeah, remember you, Karma, and Vay filmed that Sunday. It
I
was something.
know
yeah.
that's when Vay and I had our breakthrough,
Yeah, y'all
and
went
actually
live.
we're
Yes,
on the up and
okay.
up after that.
The boy is his. The boy is his. The boy is his.
Yeah, that was a nice scene though. It was real good. It was real
Yeah, it
chill
was
that they just
chill.
y'all three.
hmm
So I enjoyed it.
I'm excited to see
100%.
that.
What's the pink triangle mean? Who had a pink triangle?
Mm,
So yes,
what
guys.
is
Also to remember, guys, we got the GDR Festival coming up on December the 6th to the 9th, but 6th to the 8th. So real life and reality first look event will now be part of that. And like I said, we're gonna have the first look. We have a host hotel coming up. Um, well, we have a host official hotel that's gonna host us for that event. It's real nice. I think y'all
mm,
will be very pleased from where we was last year to where we at this year. It's really nice.
I'm
So
excited.
I'm working on a video because they're gonna do promo packages too for the people that want to book a room. So I'm working. I got some footage
And
of the
that's what
hotel.
the whole weekend?
Yeah, but it's different events. So
Hmm.
it's different events on all the stuff that I do. But that Saturday is more focused on real life reality. So we got the first look event. So the two new shows I'm presenting. I think I'm gonna reveal the new cast for Real Life in Music season 3 there. We're gonna have workshops on a lot of other stuff as well. So it's not just like for entertainment purposes as well, but it's like some workshops I'm gonna have going on because I got the ballroom that hold from like I think that morning to like 6 o'clock that evening. So it's like different programs we're gonna do. And at night is the concert. The Real Life in Philanthropy, the Real Life in Music presents one stage, 15 artists. Lottie is over that.
Ooh.
So we have a lot of quote unquote like Jade outside straight artists because I didn't want to just have a bunch of people just on the platform because I'm like this is my work outside of like the gay stuff. I'm very pro black on some things, so
Hmm.
I wanted to invite other black artists. So it's like a lot of people that I think they just artists. I think that's what I wanted people to see, just great
hmm
music
That's
artists,
a
black
great
artists.
opportunity for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just not like a gay event. I want to make it just
Hmm.
a great
Everybody.
event. Exactly. So, but of course, I'm gonna put my plug in for real life and music artists. Um, but we're gonna have other artists as well. So we got two headliners. One of them is I hate to say that straight word, but I think it's actually a group. They're pretty
You
dope.
see, you hate to say that straight word.
Well, because I feel like we have evolved so much from that. You know what I mean? But at the
Hmm.
same time, it's still like that thing that's you be thinking about. Um, but yeah, I'm excited. It was an intense episode. I'm sure the comments gonna be doing what they supposed to do. Um, and hopefully by the time we get to the reunion, we just I don't know what that look like. To be honest, I don't know.
Look, I was just looking for my fit earlier today.
Okay, look, I want everybody to know I'm okay with everybody. Like, I don't have a problem with any of you bitches. Jamal, you still need to
Well, you,
apologize to
you
me,
was
but
chill
everybody
this
else.
episode. The first three episodes, you was shooting people heads off.
I was like,
Right,
yes,
they.
the attention's on J-Dot. I said, J-Dot's gonna get all the heat now. He's the villain. I was so happy. I said, no
Yes.
one's paying me any attention.
Look, I said I want to drink of whatever Vay's sipping on.
Okay.
Baby, I had teleport in the whip. I came ready.
You definitely did.
I said, Jesus. I was like, I don't even remember saying half this
Do
shit.
you feel like by the time we get to the reunion day, it's gonna be like the people forgot about what you said, or it's because we still
I
got to do
mean,
this.
like, what did I say that was bad?
It's not bad. It's just they want that same energy. It's not. I think it's not about what you say. It's just a different energy. It's kind of how I'm identifying. It's a different energy than what you
I
gave in
think it's just gonna be, I'm gonna just stand 10 toes on whatever I said because, and I'm gonna say it like this. I'll be like, okay, but like, did that happen?
You said,
Okay,
was it
did
true
I
or was it not
lie?
true?
Did I lie? If not,
none did
then
I
let's
lie.
move on.
Lord have
And but I'll be
mercy.
ready to fight. I'll definitely be ready to fight. Whoever wants to fight me. I don't mind no sneak attacks. Let's square up so
Child.
I can knock that bitch down. Whoever he or she or them they may be. Okay.
Lord have mercy.
Not the not you throwing a non-binary people in there.
Baby, I've been up in the gym just working on my fitness. He's my witness.
Okay. All right, Fergie.
Okay.
Let me
But
ask y'all:
no, I don't want to fight.
is there anything else stood out in this episode? But I'm watching that scene back now. Do you understand in that moment when you had a conversation? Because I know you heard about it. Did you
hmm
understand? Do you see now all the stuff he said? Is it kind of like worse than what it was to your from your perspective? Like, because
Yeah,
like
it
in this
wasn't. It
episode,
wasn't bad at all. I literally watched it and I was like, "Oh, this was it." I'm like, "That was what the fuss has been." Okay, yeah, I can deal with that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
it
you,
wasn't bad at all. I thought it was gonna be something where I was gonna be kind of like it was gonna be kind of cringy, and I was gonna be like, "Oh my god, like what the hell?" But I literally watched it and was like, "Oh, that was it." Okay, next.
What you talking about? You and Ja
And yeah,
and
just the
them
no,
cheese
no,
conversation
no,
with.
curls.
no. That scene ain't came up yet. I'm talking
Oh, it
about
Oh, I
what.
didn't.
thought you were talking about them cheese curls.
No, I'm talking. I wasn't talking about. I'm talking about the Karma and J Dot scene. Remember, because you remember
Oh, okay.
Oh
this
yeah,
the
it
next day, you and her did a scene where you
Yeah,
comforted.
and we told him.
Yeah, that okay, so yeah, that scene it was a little worse than what I thought it was gonna be. It wasn't the worst of what I thought it could have been, but yeah, it was a little bad. So I feel like as far as what we shot that day, I feel like I definitely still stand by everything that I told her on that day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think you was just definitely just embracing her and just like you just poured into her.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
because I love Karma. That's my bitch. And I feel like I said, I feel like trans people have it just a lot harder than what we do as just gay men, and you would never really understand it unless you're able to really walk in their shoes. So yeah.
Hmm.
hmm that's facts.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot to more to go, Charles. We got how many weeks down? We got 4 weeks. We got 7 or 8 more to go.
Child, it's already spicy as hell.
It
Yeah,
really is.
yeah.
It's,
It was a lot. Straight out.
yo,
Early I
everybody has
got on
opinions.
trying to unload a clip. I said, "Friend, slow down. You got to
This
unload."
season is turning out a lot better than I thought it was, though. I mean, I knew it was good just based off of the drama that was going on around the time when we were
Mhm.
filming, but it's better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I 100% enjoying filming this with you guys. The any other show that I filmed, like for 4 months, I think because we filmed from August to no December, that's like August, September, October, November, so like a good 4 months. So I honestly 100% enjoyed it. Where to me, it actually went by fast.
It did.
Yeah. It went really fast. And yeah, this is very entertaining. I mean, the first one, I feel like, I don't know. I didn't know what to expect season one. And season one was okay, unfolding, but season two was just like so much more like exciting and so much more
hmm
entertaining and so much more,
Hmm.
I don't know. And it's like
It
I got
definitely
that
was
from
like
when we
that.
were there.
You said season
Yeah.
one was more entertaining.
No, season 2 is
Oh
more
yeah, he
like,
did.
Mm-hmm.
I think right out the door. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's everything is so, and even like the Chrissy and Karma situation, like them talking about it, like after, like everybody was gagging, like me in my living room, we were all gagging, like, oh, they really linked up and talked after,
yeah, I
and there
think that
was
but
still a
that's what
little
the
bit of
show is
tension.
about. It's the conflict, but it's the resolution. I think that's what make you family, and that's what make you say, okay, I think I
Yeah,
can do this. Because if you always in conflict, it do discourage you. So the fact that Karma and Christy had that conversation, I think it just showed like,
I
okay,
loved it.
this what this is about.
Mm-hmm.
We fight and we're gonna have a conversation. And to me, they have been good ever since. Um,
Yeah,
they really have, from my perspective. So, yeah, I think we have to have resolution at some point. Like when you don't have resolution, it just it stagnates the show. What it say? I don't want to be around the person. But like I would think I was telling someone, none of y'all ever said that. Nobody ever
Mm-hmm.
say
said,
what?
I don't want to be around this person. I don't want to film with this person. Like I
Oh
heard
yeah,
some other shows I do. Bama said it, Philanthropy said it, but they to me they never had a great season from opening to finish like y'all did. This is probably like the best full season that it's gonna be great that I 100% enjoy. You know what I mean? And you don't have to wait to episode 5 to get the juice.
Mm-hmm.
right,
Every
Yeah,
right,
episode has something juicy going on.
yes.
literally.
That's real life and music is, and it's so it makes sense. It's just y'all, everybody on here is artists, and y'all do y'all thing. So it's the most easiest show to do. Um, so yeah, it's very specific, but it's very easy though compared to the other one. So I think the fact that none of y'all say like I don't want to be around this person, that is just like just show how y'all was just like okay, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
And
feel
you
like
chose a really
that.
strong cast. I mean, the fact that everyone was able to go in, even with all the shit that was going on, and be like, okay, yeah, we're gonna do this. Yeah, we had a crazy day yesterday, but yeah, we here to work. So
Especially in the studio when they see the studio scene, because now we did the beating session. The next section they're gonna see is the writing session. That was the different dynamic, and from the writing session we went into the studio, so they're gonna see all these elements from like the beats. Now I think starting next week we'll go into
That's
like the
exciting.
was meaning up to actually write lyrics and all that type of shit. So
Okay, because me and Vaughn came prepared with a little bit
look,
of lyrics.
bitch, we showed
Okay.
did. We showed up like what y'all ready to
Okay.
do.
Okay. But
yeah.
no, I was gonna say that was my favorite scene, the Karma and Chrissy scene. I think J
Hmm.
Dot is like
Oh wait, hold on. You
definitely
say you was gagged when you seen that?
yeah, because I was like, oh my God, they really linked up and talked. Like
Oh yeah, yeah.
they
Well,
had a
actually,
conversation.
I told both of them they couldn't come back until they do a sit down. So yeah,
I feel like you did tell me that. But even still, it was great to
yeah,
see it
yeah.
on
No, no, no,
camera.
no, 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 no. Because I think for me it was just like we just started, so I need you guys before we go into this.
Yeah, to
At least just and Christy is the
because we
type
were
of
already burying hatchets,
yeah, and
like with
Christy
Bryson and Ty.
and Christy to me is the type of person if it once it happened to me he kind of over it. So he
Yeah,
always say like, if once we bang and it's over with, it's over with. So that's kind of how I took from his approach. But I knew with Karma, like Karma have always been open to me and things as well. So to me, it wasn't no pushback. They understood like, okay, I set up the situation, but they could have not been willing to like move forward. And the fact that to me, Karma, she the one really made the scene in the sense of she checked every dot. So what happened when the internet talked? You see what I'm saying? She didn't just deal with the
hmm,
surface stuff. She also dealt with like what happened when it come out. So Karma was really genuinely trying to make sure we are 100% good. So the fact that she brought those point on set and she said it was just really really great.
yeah. And I feel like yes, you did a good job with casting. Because again, Jada, I feel like I'm invested in watching Jada on the screen. Like I'm invested. Like I'm like he's loud and he's wrong, but it's like the only thing I want is I hope he grows. Like I hope
You
the
say
growth
he
shows
loud
in
and
scene.
wrong.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, he's loud, he's wrong, I hate him, but that's what you love. Like it's like on Big Brother, it's Angela right now, but I don't know if y'all watching. But
Oh, I
anywho,
love Big
it's
Brother.
like,
Oh my God.
yes, yes. Well, yeah, there's somebody named Angela. She's loud and she's wrong, and
Oh
but you
yes.
love her.
Ain't she?
You know what I mean?
They
Hmm.
better
And
not
It's what
but
close
she's
makes
her out.
making
TV.
good TV. She's making good
Hmm.
TV, and it's like Jada's doing good TV, but I want him to grow. I want him to like some of the comments are saying like not just be willing to be ignorant. Like I
So
want you to
they
learn and
they
grow.
and put y'all music in the chat. Coco want to support. So I think everybody at this point have music on the platform. Um,
Yes,
Dubave, Bundell.
yes. I'm gonna
Put
say
y'all
her
artist
name.
name down in there. Carmen the Black Sheep. You can look her. I think J Dot. His stuff is still under J Dot. I don't think it's under Black Boy George. At this
I
point.
can't tell you what J Dots is on because he has like 20 Instagram pages.
Stop, babe. Leave that man alone.
It's not in a bad way. It's the truth. Like he does. Did I lie? See, is this reading? Y'all call it reading, and I just be telling the truth. Yes, Jubilee on all streaming platforms. I just dropped the EP in motherfucking April, and me and Lottie B More are dropping a music video on the 30th of
Is
this
this the one
month.
that man done for y'all? Damn, not man, but kid.
Kid did do this one that me
Yeah.
and Lottie are dropping. No SRT stands for no shade, no read, no tea, and that is coming August 30th. And music video and streaming. So I'm excited
Oh,
for
it's
everybody
J
to
Dot.
get
So
that.
J Dot is J. Yeah, I think it's J Dot. Yeah. I love that song. J Dot's open.
Okay.
So in tonight episode, it was all J Dot music. If you go to the end of the episode, you'll see all the names. So yeah, those
I
I
did
thought
like
I liked
two.
that.
I liked
Jigga
one or
like a
two of
dice.
them.
I like that song, and he also got another song that I think he sampled Rick Ross beat. That song is so fire.
There was one song I liked on here, and I was like, "This sounds really good." And then I was like, "I think that's J Dot."
Yeah, yeah. He one of them was a feature, I think, and one of them was his. Like that was like I said, oh shit, he should bench send me this song. These
Okay.
three records right here, and it's another one he got with Rick Ross beat. It's a sample, but it's dope. That's my favorite one.
Okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's exciting. I'm excited to see what next week brings. When are we having a week gap? Because I don't want to look forward to that at all.
When we have the what?
A week gap. When are you taking a week off? Because I'm not looking forward to it, but I need to know
I
now
want to go
sooner
through.
than later.
I have a consistent schedule now. More um like I yeah I want to go all the way through. That's my
Right, I
idea.
was about to say a week off.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, because I
sometimes
feel like sometimes it be coming. I
yeah,
thought
it's
it was
like
gonna
I think
happen
he's saying
tonight.
by episode 7, if I do one, because that's episode 7 is the dinner. So that would, if we're gonna do a break, it'll be after that because that's gonna be a lot to break down. So it would definitely
Hmm.
be um 7, but I really don't want to. I really want to be consistent on it with it.
Well, I'm with you on that. Yes, consistency is key. I'm
Mm-hmm.
here for it because the girls are talking every week about it. The girls are catching up on it. Everybody, I'm rewatching it, bitch.
Yes,
It's a lot.
that's what I was like. This is I ain't no shade. I ain't never watched my other shows, but Real Life and Music season 2, I
Girl,
have
you be having
really
to go back to re-see what they said,
I
bitch.
go
They
back
be
to
like, oh my
episode
God.
1, episode 2, episode 3 to read.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I be on YouTube.
I'll
I
be
be fast.
gagging.
I'm
I'll
telling
be
you, I go
gagging.
back and watch y'all scene, bro. I ain't never done it to either of the show, but this season,
I
I
definitely be analyzing. Hell yeah.
yes, yes,
That's
yes.
crazy. That's crazy.
I
Yeah, I
promise.
definitely didn't do that
I mean,
last
it's really
season.
that good. I've told Greg before. I said like this show, especially this season, is really something that like someone would want to pick up and be like, "Look, Greg, let's
Yes.
do some work
Yeah,
together."
somebody
Because
wanted to pick up season 1, but I'm like, I agreed to it, but I kind of reneged. But I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want to focus on just perfecting it more and more.
mm-hmm,
And I think when the right opportunity comes, you come. But I just want to keep on making it better. But I will
mm-hmm,
say, I agree with your point though that you want to make, what you about to make, because I feel like
yeah,
it's yeah. I'm very
Oh,
entertained.
but
It's y'all, everybody get into everybody doing their music, what are they doing, their performance. It's a balance of everything in every episode. And I think
yeah,
I wanted to do that with philanthropy, but like it was just so difficult trying to give back in every scene because everybody wasn't. Um, that's the one Jade I got. It's called Hard to Sleep. That shit is so fucking fire, y'all. It's in the chat. Y'all gotta listen to that. I think he sampled the Rick Ross beat. Because when I look up
okay.
the copyright, it said it was Rick Ross or some shit. So I'm assuming he sampled the Rick Ross. But that shit is so fucking hard. That's a fucking hard ass song he did. I was like, oh shit. And you also understand him a little bit better as well. Y'all.
Yeah, I love Jada. I just want him to, yes, heal, grow. I want him to like just look back at stuff and not just say, "Oh, that's how I am." That's the real problem that I have, because that's an older mindset, and we got to look past how we are, and we got to be willing to learn and educate ourselves, especially in
Mm-hmm.
this world. Because there was a time where homosexuality, it wasn't until 30 years ago when I was born, type shit, homosexuality was declared no longer a mental illness. It was a mental illness until 1994. That's what they said. So it's like you got to look at things that way when you talk about trans people or even they, them, non-binary, anybody on the LGBTQ plus scale, because we are learning stuff about people every day, and we are going to respect them, and we're giving them respect. So that
Mm-hmm.
takes learning.
That's crazy though, because you know what? That Candace woman, is her last name Owens? Candace
Yes, I
Owens.
love her.
She,
Hmm.
but you know what? She spoke about. I seen a clip on, I think it was TikTok, where she was talking about how pretty much like they're talking about trans people, and she was pretty much saying that it's a mental illness that for you to say that you're trans and you to want me to look at you like you're an actual woman or an actual man is that's a mental illness. And I'm just like, I don't agree with that. And I really like her. I really fuck with her. But like that, I was like, no, I don't agree with that. I don't think it's a mental
And I think
illness.
Who
that's
is Candace Owens?
she's
She's
real
the one
smart.
black woman
She's
who
she's a conservative, and but she do those
yeah.
Okay, in politics, I know who
podcasts.
y'all talking about. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like Candace Owen.
But
Not
what were you saying, Greg?
no, I'm saying I like her because I like her issues in terms of she made black people think. I think that's
Yeah.
the
She
thing what we
definitely
have to be
does.
okay with. Because I can like a person and not agree with everything they say. I think with sometimes like
Mm-hmm.
the Get Out situation, I'm sure because I'm seeing the comments now saying about the production being transphobic and stuff like that. I'm like, at the end of the day, it's not a for me. It's not about gender, and it's not about that when it come down to wrong and right. If this person have a right to express themselves, the other person have a right to express themselves. At the end of the day, I have multiple trans women on my network. I'm not transphobic at all. I embrace it all. At the same time, Jada is still part of the community. Should he be
Mm-hmm.
held
Hmm.
accountable about some of the things he say? Yeah, but that does not mean that he should have a platform for other things or for him to show his real life. Because in that is when you learn and grow. If you're gonna learn and grow, so the
And
people
that's
that
what I
try to
was
call
saying too.
production
He's
out and all
giving
of
a
that,
voice.
like
He's giving a voice. I'm sorry. I'm definitely
yeah,
cutting
no,
you
no,
off.
I'm
Go
just saying,
ahead.
I knew these type of comments are gonna be come because I think, you know, I get it, but at the same time, nobody. They're not gonna make me feel some type of way about him. I'm just not. I think he was some things he said it was wrong. I don't think I know that he could have did, but I'm not gonna. No, I'm not. The public opinion not gonna make me feel a certain way about a person.
No, yeah, you definitely taught me to like see him as a person and not his ideas.
Yeah,
So
because
yeah, and
yeah,
look at him differently.
you have ideas that some people, if you tell, they're gonna think that you're crazy or you should be counseled. It's just now
Hmm.
we're talking about that. What happened when we get into your business?
Hmm. I
So,
mean, and even when we had the what was the meeting that we went to? And my cousin came to it too, and he was there,
oh
and
yeah,
Nisha
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah. So
Robert.
that come out this year. That's the yeah, that was the meeting we had.
Oh, about what's the word? What's the word?
It was
Consent.
consent. It was all of that. So we had people from all our shows there. It was you, your cousin, um
Well, what I want to say is about that is like there are stuff that is just common knowledge to me that I
mhm,
would think is to everybody, but not everybody knows certain things or how
mhm,
to or respect, even coming down to respect, how to respect people. And they don't mean disrespect. It's just certain things. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just all about like learning people and learning how to be respectful. And I think
mhm.
what we be trying to show Jada is like you are disrespected, so you shouldn't be disrespecting. So that,
Exactly, exactly, and and that's the thing I tell people. J Dot need to be held accountable. Like he needs to. Everybody on his ass at the same time. Do we need to throw him away or say no? No, because what happened when you get in the hot seat for your
yeah.
ideology on it couldn't be. It don't have to be about sexuality or being a trans. Now it could be something else about economic. It could be about anything.
Hmm.
Do we just throw you away?
Mm-hmm.
So if we saying that he's part of the group and he made a commitment to be part of it, like we have to see him through that. At the same time, we have to ask the hard question. We have to hold him accountable. It's just part of it because something karma action was not acceptable when she came in. made set crazy for a lot of people. She do that stuff
Yeah.
with him and attack him. Like, so we just say, oh, keep
Mm,
that violence. No, I don't get down like that. Like, nobody gonna
yeah.
make me feel a way about a person. Only you can do that. That's just what that is. So, y'all can keep y'all coming to y'all. I don't care.
Hmm.
I know that's right. No, yeah, and I do want to say, Jay, that does add like a whole different perspective because there probably are a lot of, well, there definitely are a lot of black gay men who feel the same way that he does about trans people. So I think
Hmm.
yes, but I think that's where it comes down to like I hope he grows this season and shows more growth. I mean,
Mm,
we know what happens at the fucking dinner table, but like
right,
you
yeah.
know, just after that, I
After
want
that,
to see
yeah.
growth and like expanded, wanting to know more and not just saying, "Oh, that's how it is. That's how it was."
Hmm.
Like even more so, like this way I'm trying to accept and understand his, even though I don't agree. I need him to do that with them. But we all learning. That's what it's given, and we are all never going to stop learning. So that's what life is.
Yeah, it is. That's what it's about. So,
Good show, though, bitch. Good
but it
show.
worked both ways. I think that's why I was telling Jada. I said, just like we put it out there, we have to be okay with the negative comments. So we have to be okay with people um in disagreement with your ideology.
Hmm.
And you have to be okay with that. Like, I'm not gonna force you to understand where I'm coming from or disagree. It's just, to me, I think it's about the respect level of that.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people that like do reality TV shows and then like the ones that really get into that battle with the people like in the comments, and to me it's like almost like you really have no clue of like who you really are, because I feel like coming into this and doing this show that I am a person who, if I do something, I say it, like I'm going to stand 10 toes on it. So I'm not going to be surprised at like the reaction of people, really. So for me, it's like, it was really easy to do this show. And then when it comes to the scenes being shown, I'm really like not phased by it, honestly, because I'm like, that's me. Like that's exactly how I would have answered that. That's exactly how I would have
It's
responded to that.
authentic.
Yeah, it's
Hmm.
authentic. I'm not acting in any way. So, and like I said,
Hmm.
at my 34 years of age, I'm like, I really know who I am. So it's like I can go out there and do me, and I'm not really gonna have any apologies about it.
Hmm.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
I feel like we all do that, even J Dot to an extent, but I feel like J Dot is more sheltered
Mm-hmm.
and
We
more
all do
what does the world think? How will the world perceive me compared to, and we all do that actually. We all do that, but I think J Dot is more apparent as a gay black man.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But I love getting, and now that the more I talk about it, it's like the more I love getting to know him because I don't have a lot of friends like that. You know what I mean? Like that
Yeah.
are at least will say they're gay. You know what I mean? Like and be proud of it type shit, even though they are trying to cover up femininity to an extent type shit. Like I don't have people like that, so it makes me think like, okay, how to get to know people like that. You know?
Mm.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah, it does. It's, I think it's just easier when it's not focused on you. But what happened when that spotlight on you for your whatever? So we just
Yeah.
we have to just keep that, and we have to consider that. And when you consider that, it just make you sometimes like, okay, I can still feel the
Okay.
emotion, but I'm willing to like,
Nothing is personal.
yeah, it's not.
Yeah. You
Um,
gotta know how to give people a little bit of grace.
Yeah.
yeah, you still get in there, and if you wrong or you could have did better. Like, yeah, but we ain't gonna just throw you away.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, you know. So yeah, we got it was a lot. How y'all feeling watching it? Do y'all Von and Vay, y'all had something to say about the beats? At this point, is it what would y'all do y'all want to add on to what you were feeling? 'Cause I know Bay, you said that you didn't really like the beats. Von, you said you
I
actually
didn't really say that. I loved my beat, and I
you
actually
said
loved
something
all
like,
the.
I want feeling the beats tonight or something to that effect.
That was from the first time. That was
No,
you
that
asked
was
me about the
the
beat the
second
first.
time I asked you about that. It was the second
Well,
time.
why would I say that when my beat was in it,
I
and we
don't know.
chose
Maybe
my
you
beat?
saying the scene. Maybe you had to see the scene. That was the second scene.
Yeah, maybe I should start watching the scenes because a lot of my stuff is off.
Yeah, you need to
That's
get
what it's giving. I need to see the episode before I speak on the episode because well, I love that beat. That's why I brought that beat. That's why we all rapped on that beat. That's why that beat is coming out, and we're gonna shoot a video for that beat.
Well,
So,
yeah,
and
I
J-Dot's
love the beat
beat.
for "We Outside." I think that
I
that beat was a dope beat. I feel like, and I really slid on that beat, so I fuck with it.
Thank
I
you.
really
I'm
like
only
it.
saying this because of my confessional. Secondly, I love J Dot's beat. I wrote to J Dot's second beat, but
that
we
second
didn't
beat
use
was
it
on
because
tape.
his beat was stolen or somebody stole his beat.
Somebody stole who beat?
J Dot's beat. Like we searched it and it was like somebody else's song came up.
Oh,
And
did
we
I,
and
oh
one of
yeah,
my
'cause this is when
songs,
you on Lottie store. Well, this is when Lottie store looking up the beats after
yes,
this
because she
beat.
looked up one of my beats from the
Yeah,
first time, from the
you
first
exactly.
session.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, she started looking up the beats, and a lot of those beats was coming up as somebody else ownership and shit. So
But I actually was vibing to I think all three of those beats that were played tonight. They were all vibes. It did look dead in the room. It definitely looked dead. But all of those, I fucked with all
It
of
did look really dead. Like everyone wasn't really
but you
feeling
remember
it.
I
It
was
was like,
asking y'all to not talk, so that's probably what it was.
we were like
yeah, I think that's probably what
concentrating,
it
I
was
think.
too. You did
'Cause
no, I do remember you saying that, Greg. You were telling us to kind of be quiet and let us just
yeah, I'm
listen
like,
to the beat.
let's just
Oh
the
yeah,
beat,
you did
the
say
beat is
yeah,
still
because
pop your
Uh
head.
huh.
okay, we were trying
Because
to
at
talk
first
in the
we were
beginning. He was
talking
like,
about
"Shut
them a
up."
lot. We were all
Yeah,
talking about the beats a lot, and then yeah, Greg was like, kind of shut up.
he's like, "Let the beats play. Y'all need to let."
I'm sure I didn't say it. Probably felt like shit. I didn't. I don't think I said shut up, but who knows?
No, no,
Okay, can
Greg,
we
no, you
give
didn't
Greg?
say it. You didn't say shut up, but
No.
you were like, look, y'all need to stop talking. Let's listen to the beats, and then we can kind of talk about them afterwards.
Yeah, because
No, the thing that needs to get to 10. Shout out to Greg's Cakes tonight. They made an appearance. Everybody loved
Yes,
them.
I said Greg
Everybody
got them
loved them.
hoochies on.
I said, "Oh, he caked
He
ass
knew what he was
tonight."
doing. He
I
knew what
you
he
said,
was
know
"He
what?
doing.
he
If
is
you know me,
he's a
that's how
cast
I dress in
member."
the summertime. I do not like a light clothes.
Them cakes was tooted. I said
Ass
okay.
all out. I said, "Oh my god!" Now he's trying to make my
Mm-hmm.
butt look small. What the fuck? I said, "Let me go do some squats because he is caked up."
Nah,
mm-hmm.
listen, I thought it was a good day, but like I said, Karma and Jada was the gift they kept on giving this season. I was like, ooh,
Yes.
ooh, they alive, but I love it. Yeah.
Tens for when I was
I remember
there,
you
and
saying
tens
too,
for
baby,
now.
you was like, you took me. You was like, you when Jada was about to cry in the scene last week. You said this bitch is interesting. Remember I said I told you the gift that keep on giving.
No, because I was like, huh, I'm feeling something. I said, what's going on? I said, my heart is 10 times bigger. Like, this
Remember,
man is
did it
like,
make y'all
he took off his
understand better?
glasses.
Do it make y'all understand him a little bit better the more he tell his story between the bear and how he was raised since episode
Yeah.
Um, I
I feel
mean, yes,
like J Dot has the most interesting story out of everyone. He
he
has
did.
like he's definitely gone through a lot of stuff. But
Mhm.
I feel like he has the most interesting story out of the whole group.
Yeah, and he's so honest.
yes.
I think you to me you can't do nothing but not you can do what you want to do with you, but I think he's very forthcoming with his stuff too. So I think that's a
I
good thing.
think what I find interesting about him is not very much as much what he's been through, but like how he is going through it, getting through it. You know what I mean? Like all of
Hmm.
that and his
But you say
mindset
he
after.
getting through it. He dragging a couple people, but he getting through that bitch.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, yes, he getting through it, but yeah, like or even talking to the bear and shit. Like it's just like that shit was funny. I didn't see him for that. Like I mean, now granted, that probably is just a scene. He probably do like talk to the bear or it was a thing, but I
I
mean,
don't think he don't fade. That was serious. That's his blue is his people.
I'm just saying, I haven't seen Blue in since I've seen it that one time.
No, I've
But
seen a couple
nonetheless,
times. He had it in Von and Siani scene. Blue was sitting in a chair with shades on.
Hmm. I ain't
well, he
say
was
nothing. I said,
there.
well, child, I guess.
I did. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to
He
rewind
had
that.
on
It
red
was
shades
hilarious.
on. So I said we're gonna have to
Well,
give Blue
maybe
a chair. Probably
he
give Blue
like
a chair
hides them.
queen.
I haven't seen him in a while, but maybe he hides them like, "Where's Waldo, bitch?" in the room, and he just be on the shelf, Elf on the shelf. But I ain't seen Blue in a while. But it's just like, yes, it was just like just for him to think about doing this and to actually go through with it. It's just like this shit is like he's like interesting. Like I know people are like tuned in. Like it's just like I'm taking notes. Like I'm taking notes with J Dot. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
I'm just
No,
like
he
please
is really
anything is
interesting.
possible.
don't become
Anything
J.I.
is fucking possible.
No shade.
No,
Like
he's
anything is
interesting. I
possible,
remember when
bitch.
we first started, like when I first started hearing things about J Dot and just stuff that was being filmed, and like he's someone who I feel like he's interesting because like I haven't. I feel like for the most part in my life, I've not gone through a lot of like hardships in my life. There's been a few here and
Mhm.
there that I've gone through, but for the
Mm-hmm.
most part, I feel like life has been pretty good. So to
Mhm.
meet someone like J Dot is like it's kind of like an eye opener. Like, damn, people really be out here going through some crazy shit.
Mhm.
So that's how it
Mm-hmm.
was for me. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like you kind of, even though in a sense you might kind of hate J Dot in a sense, but at the same time it's like, damn, like this dude has been through a lot. Like it makes you want to keep your eyes glued on him and listen to what he has to say just because of what he's gone through and just how he
Mm-hmm.
moves through life. So that's how it is for me as far as how I look at him.
Yeah. But no, remember I was telling
Yeah.
y'all, I kept saying, I said, J.I. is a gift that keep on giving. I'm telling y'all. I was saying that from day one.
You
Um,
did, bitch. You
I was
did.
saying it from there. I said, he's a gift. Because y'all, I was like, no.
And you heard me. I'm like, I don't see it. I don't see
Right.
it. Bitch, I see
I'm
the
like,
light
no,
now.
really, because he was just so himself. Like once me and him broke through what we broke through, and he understood. Like he was just like, but like I said
And I
too,
love that.
I think the
Go ahead.
backstory of the thing too with Carmen's situation, he had just went through that with Bryson. Like I said, I didn't show that scene. I'm putting a deleted scene episode. The week before that, Bryson had exploded on him on camera. So he was just like, is this real? Like he really genuinely did not think it was real when Bryson was doing it because Bryson was mad, like I said, because he was coming back to telling me some stuff that was going on. Like when Jada hears
Mhm.
something, he'll be like, call me, he'll be like, I thought you said we can't, and Bryson felt like he was a snitch. So that was that. So, I think by the time we got to that week, it was just like I don't know, he didn't want to deal with it anymore.
Mm. I was gonna say yes, the gift that keeps on giving, but like, okay, Bryson was that at one point. Like, do you feel like it will be able? He'll be able to hone it and control that gift? Like, I mean, I feel like Karma's gonna starting to control it to an extent, but like even to an extent, Karma's somewhat uncontrollable. She like the Phoenix Force, bitch. She gonna go off. But it's like, do you feel like he's gonna be able to like? Do you feel like he's gonna grow?
I think so. I think just some of the conversation that I've had with him now, and me, Misha, talking to Manaya, being on panels, I see his. Even if he don't agree, I have seen a certain level of compassion and understanding from him for trans
Yeah,
people. So
Mhm.
I
I
can see it.
and what I would say about him, what I respect, all those time those people went off on him, he never got violent because a
Yeah.
lot of those rightfully he had right to be violent and he did not. So I think
Mhm.
when a person can do that, I look at okay, you can control your emotions because
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
means you can be in an environment and not explode. So the time Bryce went off on him, the time Karma did, he never tried to fight them or never went to after them that way. He always used his word or just be like, I ain't
Now
forgot.
hold up. Now we did see that kick now.
Yeah, because
No,
she was
girl, that kid gagged me.
she
I
was
ain't see it the
taking
first
bait.
time. I saw it the second time, bitch.
But
She
no,
was
you're right. He
I'm
taking
hasn't
thinking,
bait.
actually
But I'm
gone
bitch.
to
saying he
try to
never said,
fight.
let's go fight. He never said, even
Right.
arguing with
It
y'all,
was
he
self
never said,
defense, if
Let,
anything.
let's go fight.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. But yeah.
Cause
You
Chris said
know.
in a minute, you want to go outside?
When are we getting the deleted scenes, bitch? Because, girl, we all was drunk, but Chrissy was the drunkest. That's what it's giving. He was fucked up. He said he don't even remember. Did he say he blacked out and don't remember fighting?
That what he said. Karma said that was Karma said she don't believe it.
That is what Carmen said. Child, I feel like I would remember fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Jada said nobody want to
Oh,
remember getting ass beat.
I
which who said-
I'm saying now Jada.
I'm through.
oh my god. Oh my. No, I feel like I don't know. I don't know. I know we were all lit, so and it depends because I know I was lit. Like I was
So
slurring my
wait,
words
let me
that
ask you this.
night.
I got you this though. All those time that you sat down with Jada and y'all was holding him accountable, watching these scenes forward now, do you feel like y'all kind of gained up on him in group settings when y'all was addressing him?
I feel like we didn't get. I feel like to an extent, yes. I feel like there definitely should have been calling out of karma because if it wasn't for her, none of this would have happened. So we definitely should have been like karma. What the fuck? But I don't feel like I was hard. Like at first when it was like I was just like when I was pushing her back, I'm like, you're confirming what she's saying. Like that's what I was saying in the beginning before it came on to like, okay, he's standing 10 toes in transphobia. Now I have to be a defender. So it's like I couldn't even really like be like Karma, you were wrong because I'm like, oh God, this is a bigger issue. And
Hmm.
Karma was kind of right about this shit, but even though she was wrong about how she
Yeah,
brought it
yeah,
out.
she was, and
But
that's
like
my
I was saying,
telling him.
she was poking a
You
bear
proved
or she
everything
was
that you
poking the
said.
beehive. She was poking the beehive, but we didn't know it was a beehive because he was giving I'm not transphobic. I love trans people. You're my favorite woman. I want you on a song. But then it's like she's like, bitch. It's a motherfucking beehive. And then the bees came out, bitch.
Hmm. Yeah.
I think what made it kind of a little weird, it was just the fact that like one moment, like they were saying, like, he would be like, one of your biggest supporters pretty much, and then the next
Yeah, yeah.
moment
No, no, I
he's
agree with that part.
misgendering her.
Yeah,
So
exactly. It's like I
it's like,
get
what
that.
is
Like,
it?
yeah, yeah. In that same setting, you want to do a song, so yeah, that everything verbally he said. Yeah, I'm not in disagreement with that too. I think, but what they brought a valid point. We probably wouldn't have been here if she would never did what she did. So we have to always give the first
Hmm.
part, and we can make our way on down to his action as
Yeah.
well. So I agree, like that. But that, I agree with the whole thing.
Yeah, I feel like we should have went more off on Karma and been like Karma, like, but it was just hard. It was so hard right then and there too, because it was like, oh my God, like Jada, what the fuck? Like it was all we should have been like Karma, what the fuck? Also, but it was like she was that
Hmm.
so Raven at the time, like she had a vision and she saw the future, and it was just like it was a weird situation because like Vaughn, it was literally like right after y'all left. Like we were all
Mhm.
getting ready to leave, and she just said that shit out of nowhere. Like, it
I
was
remember talking to Greg about that, and I was like, "Are you serious? Like it just happened?" He said, "Literally right after y'all left." I'm like,
Yeah,
"Oh my god."
because
like,
like we out, we did what we came to do, baby. We are
Look,
done.
okay.
okay,
So
because
we
I
was,
don't even me and Chrissy weren't even still cool right then and
but no,
there. We
y'all
were
wasn't
not
talking at
talking.
the time. Yeah, yeah. It was literally after that. I was like, oh,
But
But
yeah, it's
that
just
happened
like
a few times where like something happened like literally after, because I was always like I would get there, film, and then I'd be out, and then I would find out that something had happened right after I left. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and I literally told Greg at one point, I'm like, I need to start staying a little after instead of just dipping.
okay. Girl, always be the after. I'll be like, I need to leave earlier, bitch, so I don't be in this shit. No,
wow.
that shit was literally right after y'all left, and it was so and so yeah. I think that's what it was. We were so taken back by it that we couldn't even like reprimand Karma. But watching that shit back, it's like Karma, you fucking started all that shit. You fucking started all that motherfucking shit, bitch, and like, and you put hands on him, even though he was disrespectful, and I understand why she like touched his face, but you don't do that to people. Like you can't do that to people. So it's like I understand where he's coming from and where everybody's like, okay, like if you hit, you get hit. But it's like also, yeah, I'm gonna call it out though. Like, yes, if a woman hits me, I'm probably gonna hit her back. But we're gonna say
Hmm.
you hit a woman. We're gonna say
Mhm.
we're gonna acknowledge it. Like we're not gonna act like it didn't happen. So it's just like that's kind of what it was. Like I understand where you're coming from, but we gotta acknowledge it for what it is.
I feel like people would have sung a different tune though if it hadn't been for J Dot misgendering Karma the times that he did.
Mhm.
I think if you took that out of it, it would have
Hmm.
been different.
Yeah,
People would have been
yeah.
maybe more like,
We were
okay, hey,
even us.
maybe right.
Yeah, we would have been like, all right, Karma, like you have no That's literally what we were saying at first. We were like, Karma, we were trying to figure out why you're saying this. Karma, why are you saying this? But she just
Hmm.
pushed him into saying what she was saying, kind of.
Hmm.
So it was some weird ass mind voodoo type jitsu shit, girl.
Not the
But like,
voodoo.
She was right
God,
about.
girl.
She was right about the like the stuff that he said. He proved her right. That was the thing that I was asking the confession. I'm like, do you feel like
Yeah.
then you prove her right? So that was the weird thing. She was feeling it, and it's just a complex situation thinking about that
It's so
now.
weird.
It's
It's
like,
so
But you know
weird.
what though? I get that though. I get that because I was in that spot too with filming. So she knew she felt something, and she ended up being right
Yeah,
about it. And I've been there, so I get it.
but do
yeah.
they give you the right to attack people because you feel so? That'd be
No, the
Oh
attack
well,
was
no, yeah,
wrong.
I
The
know,
way she
not
did
at
it,
all.
she should have verbalized that shit better. But like it,
Hmm.
that's what I was saying after. Even to this day, I'm like, wow, like karma does maybe have a third eye, bitch, and that shit is blinking. Okay, that shit works. Like sometimes, look, okay, look, a broken clock is right twice a day, bitch. But it's just like that bitch was right. You know what I mean?
yeah. But
And
I
Jada
think
got some growing to do,
yeah,
and so
exactly.
does karma, and so does karma. All of us do.
I would say, yeah, we all do.
Yeah, so
You
I
Mhm.
live and
love
you
that. It
learn.
shows us that we can grow. That's what I saw this episode. Opportunities for growth for every single person.
Yeah, because I think now we all it's almost been a year since because we filmed this in September, so we coming up on September. So it's been a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a year. So yeah, because we were getting ready for the cast dinner on October. The cast dinner was actually on October the 7th.
Wow, it's so crazy how fast the year goes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
If
Flew
y'all
by.
remember, you remember Bun brought up the cast dinner at this meeting right here.
Oh yeah, he did.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
That's why I was like October the 7th is where we all gonna meet up at. So that's gonna be a flashback. Um,
Yeah, I do remember. I forgot about that for a moment.
and then at the dinner we supposed to been talking about the cash trip.
We ain't never make it to
Right.
that conversation.
We definitely didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was so many fires to put out that night, bro.
Girl, I'm still mad I ain't get to eat my crab, whatever I got, bitch.
Oh, what did y'all think about the Jamal scene calling Ja
I
about
thought,
what Vay said?
oh, wait, what did he say? What did he call him about?
You remember he was calling John. He said the group was saying who most likely to get sleep around with everybody or threesome.
And he was
Hmm.
saying,
It was a
did I
flashback.
say? Okay, but yeah, no, okay, yes, no. I saw the flashback, but I didn't know what he was saying to Ja. I just thought he was just talking to Ja. But I came up.
Yeah, no, he was just saying they was playing a game. Put that flashback scene because Jada was asking Ja that he heard like at the game night that a couple of people
Hmm.
like him or something like that. It like and then it was in reference to when Ja was just saying like at that point he was not sleeping with anybody. But he was saying
Mm,
he liked Bun. He was saying at first it was supposed to be Jamal, and then he flirted with you at the mystery show, but then he got with Bun, and him and Bun kind of like their thing or whatever. So
I didn't
flirted
really
with
think
me
nothing
and
of that.
Ty.
you said what?
I said flirted with me and Ty at the mystery showcase. Flirted with everybody at the mystery showcase.
I just seen him with you. I seen the other people on him, but I can't remember how he was reacting to that though. I can't vividly
Wait,
remember.
so which one of them two J bitches is coming to the reunion, Ja or Jamal?
Neither one.
No. Oh, that's sad.
Hmm.
Mm, mm. Dula peep.
You
No,
are best.
Dula
I'm about to
peep.
say, is that sarcasm?
Dula peep.
no. I,
Oh.
I think that job situation was you and John had no problem after
No, me
that.
and Ja do not have no problem. I never
Yeah.
saw him after that, did
My
I?
point exactly. You see, last time you seen was at the cast dinner.
Well, if he's listening, Ja, if you're out there, you actually looked really handsome on camera tonight. Your
Not too
face,
much
you
from now.
definitely get tens. No, he definitely gets tens on his face. Like I
So
probably
now,
would kiss
so
him,
now
but
he's
that was it.
attractive. Yeah.
Well, I haven't been drinking for 8 days, so I'm like sober, and I'm like, okay, well, he actually does look good on camera. But everybody looks good on camera. Jada's life looks good on camera, bitch. So I don't know what you want
Yeah,
me to
you gotta
say.
stop looking at your cast dinner like that, Jay. Stop.
Okay, that's what Jada. Oh, I say Jada's life. I didn't say Jada. I'm just saying, like, the camera makes things look crazy or different
Now
or
I
way
get
better
what
than
you're
they
saying it
are.
just still though, you was disappointed at your fellow cast
I
member.
was disappointed, but like when I was watching John tonight, I was like, oh, his smile is cute. The way he was like flirting with, I don't know, the way he was kind of flirting with like fucking Gina, like the way he was sitting on the stairs and talking to him and smiling and looking. I was like, wait, hold on, what was it? We said hashtag not all the way gay. That was one of one of the things we were talking about. First of all,
See that
we
now
need to
that
do
type of
that.
stuff is still crazy to me because, like I said, like Ja and I, we talked all the fucking time, and the fact that like the way what Ja would say about J Dot, and
Hmm.
then
Hmm.
it's one of those things where, like I said, I don't like to repeat it just because I just feel like I like J Dot,
No, 'cause
and
he
I don't
said some
want,
of those things to me too
huh?
That's
about
crazy.
that. Hmm.
Yeah, it's just crazy because, like I said, the things that he would say. So to hear
So
other
is
things, it's
John
like,
crazy, Vaughn? Like, I'm confused. Is he crazy?
Cha, he was crazy about me.
Okay, look, look, you said that dick was crazy, bitch.
Look, I mean, things got crazy when we got together.
Uh,
Things got a little hot. Things started moving around the room.
Child, child, child.
I hate you.
Mm,
No, all that to say, he did look kind of handsome just
I know, child. I said not you thinking about
now.
a double back, what they call it, whatever the shit.
Not a double take or some shit. No, I'm not doubling back, double taking nothing. I just want him to know we don't got no problems. I don't think he's unattractive anymore. Okay, he can let that go. Now that other Jay Jamal, the porn star,
Lord,
um,
well.
um, me and him, I don't know how cool we are, but we could be cool. All he just needs to do is apologize and we'll be friends again. Or we want to be friends. We can be acquaintances. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with that girl. Pray for her. I heard she was going through some shit. She always be going through shit. Videos popping up online every day, girl. I heard she's making
Mm.
a living, girl, doing other things, making other art. And I think this is the most her art has ever been talked about. So shout
Well,
out
I
to her in
seen
that
on
video.
the Twitter it says something about a part two.
Oh, what you say
No,
that?
Child.
no, he
I
said
would
that.
love to
He
see
he
it.
actually he actually commented and said like stay tuned for part two or something to that
That,
Well,
effect.
I'm here
that
for a
wasn't a
part
bad
two.
video. I ain't gonna even flex.
Girl, I've watched it several times with headphones, so
Okay.
that's enough to say. But
Oh,
no drugs next
I was
time.
like, oh wow, okay.
No drugs next time. No drugs allowed next time in the next video, please. Like I don't need to see you strung the fuck
I
out.
don't
Like
know. You know, it might not be as good as those things. Now,
you know what?
I'm
Okay,
not
because
saying this good, but if I'm just
it's
point out
okay. And you know what? It would be a whole different video. It could be the girls get loose off that cocaine.
a code. I
Like,
ain't.
Oh my god.
Chi get the yayo, bitch. Like that's
Uh,
what I heard. That's what I saw in that video. I've never done cocaine, but I think he was on it. It's like, nah, let me stop. That's crazy.
I mean, you got to be on something to be getting,
I don't know. Are we about to see shit like this in the upcoming episodes at dinner? Ain't he asking everybody have they seen him do meth? Like, child,
that's the
girl, it
crazy
was,
part for this to come up
and
after this episode. They're gonna be episode 7. So I
Oh,
know.
he was mad at me.
Oh,
He was mad at me, child.
but why is he mad at you for other
but I
people
don't think
wondering
Bay
if
was
you
there that
doing
night.
meth?
Was you there that night? Yeah, you remember that night he
Yes.
confronted Bay. I mean,
He was
Von
mad at me for bringing
for
it
bringing
up.
it up. Oh yeah,
Yes, this
yeah, he
was
was
at
mad.
dinner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you remember
Hmm.
we filmed the second scene. You remember we did the dinner. They would have seen after that where he confronted Bay. He's Von.
Oh yeah,
Damn,
yeah, yeah. And he was like, oh wait, and I feel like somebody, it was either me or somebody, but they were like, how you come? Oh, it was when we were in on the cast trip that he had that conversation,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
right?
I
oh
had told him, I said, I think
yeah.
it's
You're right.
funny.
'Cause no, that was the second part because they continue on the cast trip. So that's what they
Oh
was talking
yeah.
about.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what they were talking about because he Jamal made it clear, baby.
It's
Don't
like,
you?
how are you mad at me for bringing it up when you ain't mad at the person that's been saying it? You
okay,
more mad at
okay,
me.
Okay, and I was like, I had to break it down to him. I'm like, baby,
It was
J-Dot was the one saying you were doing
it was
meth. You
vague.
can't be friends with him.
Whoever seen Jamal doing drugs, say it now or something.
Okay, like what the? Because Jamal was over that shit, and I was like, I'm over Jamal
Even
asking.
though it's his first day back because he wasn't filming for a while. So to
That's
come back
right.
and hear that shit.
And I'm
Hmm.
just like, I came to that dinner expecting to like, I wanted to throw a plate. No one asked if I wanted to fucking break a glass.
Who you want to go
Okay,
with?
nobody. But I wanted to start some shit and be some drama. But Karma took
Oh
my
yeah,
fucking thunder.
you was working that night because
I was like,
you was
okay.
definitely commentating that. You was definitely saying stuff. So yeah, you definitely was ready.
I was trying to get a moment, girl, but I was like, oh, these bitches is
I said,
fighting. I was
oh
like,
yeah,
I can't.
I think he was joking. I said, yeah, Carmen, it took all y'all moments this season, baby.
Hmm. Right, that was supposed to be my
Bitch,
moment that
every
night.
time. Okay,
Oh
okay, every time.
me and Bud was talking about that. I said, girl, that Carmen came to
Okay.
a moment like that.
Carmen said, baby, watch this.
She said, "Snatched."
Carmen said, baby, this is my show. This is my
She
show.
sure
Yeah,
And I'm
did.
gonna pick up where things left off. Okay.
yeah,
She said, Vine, she said all that shit you talking about is cute, but let me get to this bitch.
Okay,
right.
okay,
Bun was
okay.
going on
Now
and on. This episode definitely about Bun. We're gonna definitely thumbnail him on this one, but not Carmen. Carmen, like,
She came out of nowhere. I said, that bitch took my moment.
so,
girl, I didn't even get a moment, bitch. At
I,
least you got a flash in the pan. I just got to watch. I said,
I
well
said,
damn.
girl, she gonna take all y'all moments. Y'all better throw.
And did. And she fucking did,
So
bitch.
did.
Karma definitely got her tens because I'm still being entertained.
You did, yeah, this not
A
half.
year later, bitch. A year later,
Yeah,
bitch.
this is not half of it, child. These next episode, her and Jada interaction is just hilarious.
Girl, I can't
Karma's another
even.
one. I ain't
Girl,
never met no one. I ain't never met no one like Karma.
I haven't either though, but she's so sweet though. Like
she
She
is.
is. She's
just so
so
like if you
sweet.
got her by herself, she just chill. But when she
And
don't
that's the
like
Yeah,
you,
she's
you
thing.
a
feel her
vibe. She's real
vibration.
cool.
She
That's
just
what I'm
don't fuck
saying.
with you, and
I
you
think that's
ignore it.
every single person in the cast, even Bryson. When it comes down to us, we are all fun,
Oh yeah, Bryson
sweet
is
ass
hard.
people. But when it comes down, we will
Mm-hmm.
self defend like a motherfucker. We will stand up for
Mm-hmm.
ourselves and we will go to war and we will slash bitches to
I
the fucking
swear.
death.
I think
That's every single
what
one of
made
us.
Karma eat more because season one, she gagged. They thought she was a pushover. So to come back to season
Yeah.
Yeah.
two and you see her like in a totally different light is what's more gaggable because she
Yeah,
could
girl,
have
the
that like
comments are
season one,
gagging.
but she really didn't want to show that. So she really put that discipline on herself in season one to not go there. But
Hmm.
season
Mm-hmm.
two, oh baby, fuck y'all hoes.
I know that's
Mm-hmm.
right.
Yeah, I never because every time I experienced Karma, like from the beginning, the first scene we shot with Lottie,
Mm-hmm.
like
Not
she
yet.
was, we
Yeah.
were always so good. Like Karma was great energy. I loved Karma when I first met her because
Mm.
I
Hmm.
met Karma and Lottie first, the first time together. Like so, those were the two that I got to meet when I started filming. And like I said, Karma was just really good energy. She was really positive. I was just like, okay, I really fuck with this bitch. Like I knew I was gonna like her from what I had seen, but when I got
Mm-hmm.
to meet her in person, I was like, this bitch is really cool.
She is.
Hmm.
She
I say the
is.
same thing.
It's
Only thing
about
I will
who's
say,
around her. She definitely go out energy and that vibe stuff because if certain people around her, you're gonna get it. But like when I'm one on one, I don't never have these problems unless I'm asking her about somebody she don't like. Then we can probably go to. Other than that, she be chill.
Mm-hmm.
me and Karma have always been
I
cool.
gotta do my job. I have to ask the questions, so
Girl, look, me and Karma have always been cool, always will be cool, but there's a whole episode, bitch, when American Pie was coming out where that bitch said, fuck you and fuck you to me and Lottie. That bitch is not fucking with either one of us. So I love Karma, but Karma, if she don't think she for you, that bitch said to the wind, dusty
Mhm.
bitches.
Mm-hmm.
So, but when she want to be on my side, I love when she on my side, okay? Bitch, okay, bitch, because she sure did cuss me out before, so I can't say she too sweet, bitch. I can't say all that,
I don't know.
but
She
bitch,
couple days a couple of times, especially them confessional, baby.
okay.
She do not like some of them questions, but
Well, no, because Karma was going, she was going to be asking me some questions that night when I was going off before she got into what she was doing. She was about
Oh
to ask
yeah,
me about
yeah,
what I had said.
yeah. About the Ty situation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
But that's how she don't pick and choose. Like she got a problem with you, she gonna have a problem with you. So I like that part about people that don't pick and choose who they want to have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like people
yeah.
that want to just have a problem with certain people. Then
Yeah,
that's
they
where
Right.
stand on
you.
principles.
Yeah, but with her, she don't care. She don't if she got a problem, she gonna have a problem with whoever you are. So
And she don't
Mm-hmm.
care how she looks.
mm-mm.
I love
That
that.
part.
Yeah, so
But yeah, good episode. This is a great season. I'm enjoying so much of it. I feel so like excited for Tuesdays to come. I'll be excited for
now
Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
an hour. I know
Trap
we
spot,
was almost at an hour.
What happened
trap
with Trap
spot,
Spot the
and
other night though? I
Brando.
was waiting. I'm
Yeah,
like, what the
He
fuck?
last
slept
night.
asleep.
Last night.
He slept
Oh,
asleep. So
well, tell him. What'd you say?
I'm sure we're gonna do part one, episode 3 and 4 together on Monday.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, tell him we was ready. I was ready to
Sure
listen.
was.
Mondays and Tuesdays is I'm dedicated. Like I'll be looking forward to Mondays and Tuesdays,
No,
cause
no,
like,
he fell asleep. I already knew what had happened, but yeah. But I'm sure we'll be
yeah,
back Monday. Like I said, I'm gonna make sure I'm consistent every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. We got on the after show early tonight because it was just a little bit too hot to wait to.
girl,
Yes.
yes,
They
child. I
said,
was
"Girl,
like,
not
they
the
got to
after
get
show
on.
10:45."
Girl, I said, what is going on? I said, I need to call him. I need to call. But
Yeah,
yeah, no, that was a good episode, and yeah,
it
I'm so
was.
excited
Dina
to see
and
how
Carmen was on
everything
fire,
progresses.
and me, Bay, and Lottie trying to mediate, looking like a child. Okay,
Girl, I was just like, I don't even know what to do. I'm like, I don't even know. I'm like, should I let him hit her or her hit him? Should I let them fight? Last time I did that, bitches got dragged, so I can't.
right, child. What do you think you and Christy go here?
You said what?
What do you think? Because I'm sure you heard Chrissy haven't been too fond of your commentary on y'all situation. What you been thinking about that?
I don't know. I mean, like, if he ain't say nothing to me or if he ain't tagged me in it, I feel like he ain't really mad. I don't
Amen.
think he's
Okay,
really
that's
mad.
fair. You got a point.
Yeah, I feel like he would let me know if he was mad. I don't think he's been mad. I feel like it was all a joke, and especially once you show that me and him was really going at it that time, like, because
Yeah,
it doesn't you can't really tell like unless you know, but
yeah,
at
of
the
course.
at the
Yeah,
beat
because
meeting.
it was in the scene, like you said. Unless
Oh
she,
yeah, that. But I'm talking about like even at the beat meeting or like even when he walked into Bryson's birthday party, like just our energy is off until it's I guess until it's not. I guess that's gonna be after the dinner because that's when me and him made everything better. But I would hope that me and him are cool. I think we're cool, but if we're not, like, bitch, you can let me know, girl. Let me know. And don't sneak me at the reunion, bitch.
Lord
Okay, the
have mercy.
fuck. Don't sneak a bitch now. Now I'll be ready. But don't
girl,
sneak a bitch. Don't sneak a bitch.
so y'all, I guess y'all can't sit by each other. We're gonna put him on the other couch. But
Why?
you
I
know, they
thought
might not.
okay.
Nobody might not want you on their couch.
I think that's what it's giving, girl. I'm gonna be like New York. I'm gonna be like New York and have all the girls sit on the side and give me my own side.
That was
And
epic.
then
Yeah,
okay.
I'm sure we're gonna have to put you on Chris on the opposite couch.
Right.
About
Me and
sure.
Christy are gonna be fine. Or
I think
gonna
I'll
be
be fine.
fine.
You just never know. So just to be on the
Yeah,
safe
you don't
side,
know.
I'm just
Hmm.
say, yeah, just in case, because some bitch might be smart this season. So I ain't gonna say shit.
Okay.
Child.
Okay.
You know,
Girl, not, and that's why I can't drink around them bitches. I can't drink around. I
right?
will not. I
I'm gonna
shan't
drink
be
after we
drunk
work
at the
all our problems
reunion.
out, bitch. That's when I'm gonna drink after we work out our problem out. Because I don't want to get too lit and then forget that
Okay.
we beefing and be.
Okay,
Child, I'm
look.
gonna have me a few drinks before the reunion now.
I don't
Well,
think
that's
nobody gonna
fine
tell
for
you
you.
though. I think you and Ty gonna have better, but Ty not gonna fight you. So I don't think nobody else.
Child, look, because I'm not worried. Let's be
I mean,
Okay.
clear.
not good, but I'm saying like I don't think nobody else gonna fight you. I think you in good on a high note with everybody. At
Yeah, I feel like I did have a pretty good relationship with everybody.
Yeah.
least that's what I feel like. I could be wrong.
Yeah. But you know what? I feel like I'm a cool bitch though. Like I don't do the fake shit. Like if I got an issue with you, you gonna already know it. And I just feel like I was cool with everybody besides Ty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm
But
gonna
like I
say I
said,
guess all the
I
new
was right
people have
about
run
how I
places.
felt. I was right about how I felt. I ain't never wrong about how I feel about somebody.
I know that's right.
Well, I kind of was wrong about Bryson. I guess I can admit
Oh
that.
yeah, because you
Bryson, I
and
was kind of
Bryson
wrong
got real
about.
close, child. Cause
Yeah, me and Bryson were
you remember
real
that?
cool.
Yeah, you remember that scene, child. Remember that scene y'all did the recap of the cash trip, child. About went off on that motherfucker. You said you had to step.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Bryson, I was wrong about Bryson, and I was. I mean, I was. I guess I was kind of wrong about Vay too, because I mean, I said that I felt like they like rode the fence, but I guess that was more of they wanted to like be cool with everybody. So I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Right, yeah,
Um,
girl, you're the new babe, bitch. Okay, it's okay. Want to be cool with the girls, and it's okay because everybody did like you. Well, except for you and Ty, but everybody
yeah,
fucked with you, and it's easy to be cool with everybody,
it really
and
is.
that's
I
what
feel like if
Chrissy
you
didn't
know,
understand.
yeah, I feel like if you're not the type to just be kind of just talking shit about people and like acting like you're cool with them and then talking about them behind their back,
Yeah.
then it's real easy. But when you are a fake bitch and you try to
Mhm.
play like you're cool with someone and then you talking about them behind their back, then that's when the
It gets
issues come in.
messy. Yeah.
Cause it's like, girl, I thought we was cool.
Right.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So, girl, I feel like yes, that's only what two problems that we have because Jamarcus, I mean Jamal,
Not just
Markel,
Marcus.
Jamal Markel won't be there, and Jatavius the slasher,
Why you had to give him a real black name?
Jatavius the slasher man won't be
Lord have
there.
mercy.
So I guess the only problem I have, well, and it does, well, I guess so far in this episode, in episode 4, the only problem I have is with Chrissy, and that's not even on camera. So I
Yeah,
don't even have a problem at the reunion.
because I felt like another reason I put because I felt like you and her didn't talk no more to the cast dinner, so that would have been like a big space. They trying to figure out what happened with y'all, and y'all was around.
Yeah.
So I felt like it
Hmm.
was so much stronger stories that made sense than y'all
And we
because
never like really sat down. If
yeah,
we had
y'all
sat
never
down, then it would have
interacted.
made
And
sense.
after that situation, when she came around, you stayed where you was at, and she stayed where she was at, and
And you see what? Karma tried to take my fucking thunder day one. Fucking day one of filming, bitch. And me and Chrissy was supposed to tussle. It wasn't supposed to be Karma and him,
oh
bitch.
yeah, because
And,
you know you had went into your little reads to Christy. I said, okay, Nathan, okay,
okay.
open first episode, me and Christy V for Carmen said, I'm gonna
Karma
call
said,
her mama
baby,
outside.
I'm going to finish where I left. Okay, she did follow my side. See, that's what I'm saying. See, I was like, all right, it's over. I did my big one, bitch. No,
Mm-hmm.
here come Karma. Hurricane Karma, bitch. Here come
Mm-hmm.
Hurricane Karma. So let me
Category
knock all
10.
this shit over. Oh my god, that's hilarious because I didn't even think of that. But I definitely that would have been a big scene if me and Chrissy like if Karma didn't really fuck him up after me and him argued.
Yeah, most likely that would have been a highlight, because it had to be some drama, right? So
God damn it,
it was like Karma took it. So hey,
I got a bone to pick with
Vaughn.
Karma because she definitely didn't need to come in and steal my scene like that.
Okay, so Vaughn, what we need to do season 3 is we need to jump the new girls.
Let's
Me and
let's
you.
link up and we'll
Okay.
figure it out. I'm gonna
Okay.
come through. I told Greg. I said I'm gonna I got some ideas. I need to make a
oh
cameo or
yeah,
something.
you always welcome back. I enjoyed it. I really did. It was so
Okay.
easy. It was girl. I said, Chad. I said, Bum, like, okay, now,
I
the
felt
good
like people were gonna
thing.
think I
The
felt like
good
going in there, people were gonna think I was gonna be a big pushover just because of the way I looked.
I never
You
thought
think
about
so?
the good
I
thing
would say
I
I
for
really
don't
felt
think
like
that.
that. I felt
the
like that. I felt like people were going to be like, "Oh, look at this little bitch coming through," and "Oh yeah, we gonna show him." Like I thought that I was gonna be like I had a target on my head. Like it was gonna be I was gonna be an easy target.
Mm-mm.
I
I
never
got.
thought that. You came in opinionated though, so I didn't even have
That's what I
time.
was going to say.
You
You
was
came in
very.
like, bitch.
Remember the
Oh,
first
I'm.
group scene? You was asking questions between Jamal and Bryson, so
You were
you
like,
was
I'm me. I'm here, and
you
let's get it
yeah,
popping.
and you was asking them questions. So Jamal, did you feel like this? So Bryson, you shouldn't. So you was already like in
Yeah,
the mix. I never
hands on.
exactly. I never thought
Mm.
you was a pushover.
Yeah, I never got
Well,
yeah
I'm glad that
shy
y'all didn't think
pushover
that.
nothing.
No, I didn't, because you was day one when we did that in the park. You asked more questions than Lottie and Bay, and it had been there.
Yeah,
You
So
was
what did you think, Greg? So let me ask you this. So as far as like how when I auditioned and then
mhm.
when you see me like actually on set filming, were you surprised or were you kind of like, oh, I kind of expected this?
Okay. I wasn't surprised. I'll never have a preconceived notion. Like even with Jada, like I'm the type of person I just like new experience. So like I was just open to experience you and see where it go. Right. So when I
Mm-hmm.
remember if your first scene was actually with Lottie and Karma, and you was more high. You was very high energy, but then I like you because then you started to ask questions about the where do Bryson and Ty go in their relationship because you had watched the show, so you was like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
Carmen them had download you and Lottie download you about where the group stand. You was asking questions. To me, I like that versus someone say, "Well, I'm new. I'm gonna stay out of it." Girl, we got to film for 4 months, so
Mm-hmm.
we're here trying to make this happen. So your opinion is needed, right? So the fact I didn't
Mm-hmm.
coach that to you or be like, "Hey, Vaughn, it's okay to give your opinion." I like that part about you. So yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yes, no, I loved it. The energy and bitch, you was giving looks, bitch. So it was giving
Look, I
confidence.
try to be a little cute.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it was good. So they and then like I said, the next scene was the movie night, and you seen, and that's why I like Jamal too from Out the Real because
Mm-hmm.
Jamal soon Bryson walked
Okay,
up.
Jamal wasn't taking no
Like, "Dude,
shit.
don't you ever
He really
go there?"
wasn't.
He had we was like, what?
Okay, he had Bryson riled up.
He did because remember Bryson didn't have time to sit down. I didn't know like don't play with my name like that, and everybody was looking like what the fuck. So Bryson was gagged because Bryson was like what the fuck. So I like that about Jamal. Like bitch, so y'all was just coming in and getting to work. It wasn't no
They did.
like,
I'll give Jamarcus his tens.
yeah.
I'm sorry, Jamal Markel.
And then we went to the dog part over there, and that had broke out. So no, I honestly, Jamal, and I like the Ja too because Ja was just like, he was like young, but he had a different vibe to him, right? And the
Mm-hmm.
Jada, I wasn't sure because honestly, Jada and Siani was the last people filming because you remember we was filming like 2 or 3 weeks before the mystery showcase. So at that point, Siani and if we go by timeline, they first scene was at the mystery showcase.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and we didn't
And
really
I
get
was
in
already
Siani.
filming
We
with
didn't really
you.
get to talk. Like she wasn't really in that scene besides like being
Exactly.
shown.
Exactly. Because you remember after that, y'all talk later. I cut all that. We didn't show that part, but I was already filming with you, Ja, and Jamal way before,
Right.
like 3 weeks before we got to the mystery showcase. So
That's right.
because I think Ja film a scene with his family and stuff. Oh yeah, I still got all that stuff. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Yeah, it was good. I liked it. The movies straight out the door. I think, like I said, y'all just came right in and just was like not afraid to ask questions whether they left you. And I think with you, Bun, like you gonna see, you remember they got on you about a comment you made about the Jamal and Ty situation. I think Siani said something to you actually.
Wait, about the Jamal and Ty
You remember
situation.
at Lottie event?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Did I go? I didn't go to that one, did I?
You no, you wasn't there. Okay,
Yeah.
did she go? We had at the library. Remember her nonprofit event?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I came late. I came late.
Yeah. So do you remember them going at it? Jamal and Ty.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yes.
Because
So,
then Jamal had
Because
brought
the
up. Jamal had
party,
brought
that
up.
was the fucking party.
Well, he had
yeah,
Everybody
gone.
at
yeah,
the
the
He had
party.
party.
also brought up how like how I had like what I had said about Ty, and then he was like, "Oh, now I see Von was right about what he said about how he felt about you, and this you fake and this and that." So yeah, I do
Mm.
remember that.
Yeah.
Well, we have so
Hmm.
much to go through. When are we filming the second round of confessional?
Soon, probably August, September. Soon. By the time we get to episode 7, we need to have them ready to go for the rest of it. So no, soon, like hopefully within a week, next weeks and stuff.
Okay, and we're doing. I'm getting my hair done Sunday, so after that I'll be ready. But are
Yeah,
we doing the after show, live after shows or some shit like that
yeah,
too?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I still want to, of course. Yeah, I definitely want y'all opinion about that cast dinner together. So, yeah, J Dot gonna be down here this week and the following week for Pride. So I definitely got to get y'all, you and him together to do them between
Yes, I'm
Pride
about to
week.
do it.
Yeah, Pride week. Even if we don't do it at my other spot, I'm gonna just get a spot while he down here so we can get it. Cause you be off in the evening time, right after 7, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So if we don't do it this week while he here, let's focus on Pride week. Where I'm renting a place anyway, so I can just do it there
Okay, yeah, just let me know.
hours. Cause I don't think he's gonna touch down to probably like that Thursday or some shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So
But again, y'all, good
so
show.
I would be in Atlanta for Pride. Yes. Siani come through. Yeah, we got a trans event.
Yes, Tiani.
It's so funny though. Jada actually going to Alabama. This is an oxymoron. He actually going to Alabama to speak at a trans event next weekend.
Yeah,
Oh
they better
wow.
not watch this fucking episode.
All right.
He will get canceled.
Well, actually, it's a debate, so it could be something
Oh,
Misha
okay.
going to. So you know, Misha gonna be on his neck now. Mi-
Ooh,
Child.
I want to see that.
Yeah, him and Misha gonna be on. It's filmed. We filmed. Anaya from Real Life in Bama. She having a trans her second annual trans event. So actually, this event is bridging the gap between trans women and gay black men. So she wanted Jada
Ooh.
because of his views, and she wanted Misha on the panel. So we're going down to Alabama next weekend to go to that. So
Oh
Oh, that's gonna be
wow, that's gonna be
good.
good.
yeah, so I'm sure this episode gonna come up. At least I'm gonna pull it up if it don't.
Okay.
Mm.
So yeah, we're doing that next week, next weekend in Alabama. So um, I'm sure they're gonna ask
Big
questions.
things coming.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And it's another guy. And then on Pride weekend, Misha hosting you remember the event she did air like last this year, the when she had brought all the trans girls together.
Yes.
So she doing part two Pride weekend. We're doing it on that Saturday, August the 31st. I'm gonna drop the flyer tomorrow.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so we more conversations. I think that's how you honestly move the needle forward, just having tough conversations. And long as that person
Hmm.
is willing to be held accountable and grow, like, let them grow.
Yes. Vay, I
Amen.
do want to give you your props on how you've been looking in these confessionals. I said, okay, Vay better do it.
Oh
Oh
yes,
my
Dave,
God,
Dave
thank
in
you.
confession. I ain't gonna yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Ah,
baby.
thank you guys
Yes. That
so
Yes.
black, I love
I
that
said
black
this bitch
story.
is bringing it.
I love that
Oh
black
my
story.
goodness. I know, I love that shirt too. I do. I did feel like I was looking good, but oh my God, thank you.
Of course. Look, I can give the next person their flowers.
Okay,
Child.
Tins,
I
bitch.
ain't
You
got
know
no
you be
problem
looking
with
cute
it.
too.
Thank
From
you,
Child,
one
thank
pretty
you.
girl to another.
I want
Look,
to
okay.
let me ask y'all this: or who y'all feel like should get? We got two couches, 8 people. Who should get the first chair on each side?
I think J Dot and Karma should be on the
Child, I'm
separate
serious.
couches. The first, yeah.
Yeah. I think
No, they have to be
ideally
on the end of each couch.
that.
It's on the far end, on the one on the east wing and one on the west
I
wing,
think we
bitch.
ideally, but at the same time, other people, I think you and Ty gonna drama gonna shift over to y'all for like 2 episodes. So I think we'll know about it by the end
Yeah,
of the
getting closer
season.
to
You know what
the.
I'm saying? Because I think it
Mm,
gonna shift because the P word about to come up. We don't know
mm,
how
This is
big
the
that's
thing.
gonna be.
This is the thing. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Because there's a comment that she had made earlier on the live, talking about stories and stuff. And this is my thing. My thing is bitch, you don't even have a story. The only thing you did in the season was your performance, which I already had gave you your props for. But besides that, bitch, you ain't got no storyline. Like your storyline has been me.
oh,
Hmm?
oh.
Oh,
Me, who else was it? Me, I was your storyline. Jamal was your storyline, but you don't have no damn story. You're not interesting, ho.
Oh, oh, damn, bitch.
So yeah, like don't try to come for the other girls that's actually working, came to work and got their peach, but you want to make your storyline about the new bitches.
Oh, I hate you, bitch. I hate you.
I'm just keeping it real. So if you want to talk about storylines, make sure you actually come with a storyline instead of making other people your storyline and trying to fit in where you can. But that's it.
Yeah, so we don't know.
Come on, it's about
So
to
it's
shift to
either
that to them two.
Jamal, not
I
Jamal,
wonder, has
J
Ty been
Dot.
on the after show yet? He ain't even been
Who?
on the after show yet, has he?
Who? Ty?
Yeah.
No, I'm saving him for the other stuff coming
I
up.
said, wait. Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Child, ooh, the reads are about to get crazy between Vaughn and Ty. We thought they was reading
But that's what I'm
before,
saying. But it's
girl.
either it's definitely between like Karma and Jada, like first seat, or you can have Ty and Bun. Outside of that, because Lottie coming, she had like a chill season, right? None too
Mm-hmm.
intense. Yeah, I just think it's between those two people, two group, two.
Yeah, those four. Yeah.
Which is, it's really sad though. Honestly, it's really sad. Like the whole situation between me and Ty, because I honestly tried to be supportive of him at one point and tried to be, have a good rapport with him. And then we go from that to the next thing I know, you're talking about me behind my back, using the P word.
Yeah.
So
Yo,
it's like you
no,
can't
it
hate
is
me. You
sad.
can't fault me. You can't fault me for being the way that I am now, even though I feel like I still have tried to be really cool about the situation. But the only time I say anything is when this bitch tries to come for me or say little slick shit. But it's like we didn't even have to be like that. Like I literally at one point was really trying to be cool with you, and then you had to go and be a fake bitch and talk about me behind my back.
No, I'm just like, because it's so funny because it's like, yes, all of this is so unnecessary, but like from the outside looking in, it's so hilarious. Like, two of the girls that just be going at it with each other, like, and no one knows why. Like, you know what? I'm
But it's
sorry, I've
every
seen this
time though.
before.
It's on
I was gonna say
every
I've seen
live.
this before with Chrissy and Ty. Actually,
But it's
I
on
was
every
like,
live though, Vay. It's like, why is it that every time you have to say something slick? Like, it's like, why?
I get
Like,
what you mean.
I even was earlier was giving him, like talking about, his performance and how he looked and stuff, and then you go and start saying slick shit. Like, why? Like, what is the
Yeah.
reason?
Hmm.
Child, I don't know. I guess we're
But I
gonna
honestly
find
feel like
out.
I feel like it's one of those things where to me it gives me the vibe that you thought I was supposed to come in extremely humble, as far as like you thought that I was supposed to come in as the new person and I was supposed to kiss your ass and be humble and look at you like you fucking Beyonce when you ain't.
Mm. I
Hmm.
don't know what it is. We'll try. I don't know why he don't fuck with
I'll
you
tell you
or
what it is.
he
He's a
ain't fuck with
hater.
Chrissy.
He's a hater. That's what it comes down to.
I hate you, bitch. I hate the way you said that. Why did you say it like
Worst stuff out of.
he said, "Oh, I have the answer. I hate you, bitch." No, yeah, I don't know why he like
I'm
he
sorry,
don't
but
fuck with you.
you know from experience. I'm a cool bitch. Like I
No,
don't
I
fuck
love
with
you, bitch.
nobody.
I love you, bitch. You are hilarious. But yeah, I don't know why. I do not know. I genuinely do not know why he called you that word, and then I don't know why he don't fuck with
Mm-mm.
you.
Mm-mm. And the thing is, like I said, I could have got over. Like I was over that situation after we talked it out. Well, after we
Yeah.
kind of yelled it out that night. After I yelled it out, I guess. But then after
Hmm.
that night, everything was supposed to be like it's like you just kept coming
Yeah.
after that, and then we were supposed to squash it. It was supposed to be squashed, and
So
then
that's where I think stuff shifted too, because I think that we all were saying that, but I think it was like what you said to him. I think he really ain't fuck with it. That's probably what I think it was now. That's where I think it carries from. I could be wrong, but I think that's where it
mm,
stems from now. Like he was like, "Oh, this bitch really," because I think he did say at the table, he was like, "Oh, like you going off about it," and I just said that, like he didn't expect you to come so hard, maybe. But I don't know. Who
I
knows? I
think
can't speak for
he
Ty.
maybe thought I was supposed to just be quiet. He thought I was going to just sit there,
Yeah,
be pretty, and not say nothing. Like, bitch,
maybe
no, you got the
cry.
wrong one.
I don't know. I'm kind of excited to see. Like, I'm excited to hear from him and hear what he has to say about shit. You know. I'm
Child,
excited to
no
hear
doubt.
everybody and what everybody thinks. Like, if we could let fucking Jerome and Jababian on the fucking line, I'd let them up right now too, bitch. Like,
I can't
just
stand you.
unlock the doors, unlock
Not
the, let us hear
Jerome,
them, bitch.
Jerome and who?
Girl, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you.
Jababi.
Well, we might. You just never know.
Girl,
Let's see. Only time will tell.
I understand. A good show is when you gag the cast, girl. Okay, bitch.
You're right. I'm not saying all the way close to it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I think.
But yeah, I'm enjoying this year so much more. It's so much fun. It's so open. I feel like any of us, like, I feel like before I didn't want to say too much or be in there. I feel like everybody can say what they want to say when they want to say it, like, and we all like respect
Hmm.
it to an extent. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah, I
Like
think you
before, I
definitely
felt like I
played
had to be out
background
the chat.
season one.
What'd you say?
You was definitely in the background season one.
Yeah, I
Yeah, this
felt because
season
it
you
was like
really you
Mean
stepped it up this
Girls.
season.
It was
Hmm.
very mean girlish in season one. Like it was very like we're the it girls and ain't nobody in there. And it was like I was auditioning to an extent, but then it was like,
Hmm.
but yeah, I'm glad we're where we are now, and I'm glad like even for the EP, like I can't wait for everybody to hear that shit. Even though I'm cussing J Dot out in the comments, like I'm excited for everybody. And now I'm excited. I mean, like I was talking shit. I definitely was talking shit in the comments, but I'm excited for us to all do something together, even
Hmm.
still.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is what this for. So yeah, we in a mixing and mastering and doing some correction stage. So it's coming along.
I'm excited. I'm so happy, and we are all awesome. And shout out to you, Greg, for
Yes.
your dream and your baby and sharing it with us and letting us help nurture her with you,
Thank you
Yes.
bitch.
guys. I'm telling you, I 100%. I'm excited to put the episode out because I know the reaction. Like I'm 100% excited to always put this season out. It was a good season. Hopefully next season be even better. So I think we definitely had magic this season. Like y'all fought, but y'all came together. Y'all never, like I said, it never was that talk of like that. People understand when you sort of say stuff like we don't want to film with this person. Like that's bad for production because it's like how do we get a great scene? So the fact that
Hmm.
you guys
Hmm.
are always open to experience and just be like, I'ma deal with it and still show up the next day, the next week, it was like it's a blessing, honestly. So I 100% enjoy you guys filming it. I really did. So
Yes. No,
Okay.
I always say it, but thank you for sharing your platform and giving me an opportunity.
Dead
thank
ass.
you, thank everybody, even the artists that's no longer here. Thank you because y'all made it possible to.
Dead ass. Dead ass. Like every man counts.
Yeah, most definitely.
But
Hmm.
it starts with you, Gregory. We love you, Greg.
Yeah,
We
thank you
love you,
guys.
Greg.
Just keep that
Okay.
in mind when we on set and I get into it.
Okay. Okay. It's all for the dream.
Hmm.
Like, girl, come on now, we got to film this scene, guys. Shit.
Hmm.
That's like y'all just be talking. I'm like, damn, can y'all be quiet?
Okay.
he
You
said.
gonna
He
take
said.
these
I'm about to just.
photos.
He said. I'm about to just say fuck it.
Yeah.
Okay, you know Greg be over to put cast photos and everything. He be over taking pictures with us.
Yeah, and I do it as if I don't know y'all gonna do what y'all want to do. I be still like, can y'all just shut the fuck up? Now everybody say that. I'm like, girl, I'm trying to, girl, but
Well, girl, this is definitely one of my highlights of moving down here. I would just be
Hmm.
not doing nothing, dropping music, nobody listening. Now you give me a little platform, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
I get people who actually believe in me and
Mhm.
believe in our show and shit, and it's just so. I feel like I
Hmm.
have purpose, even though I don't got my dream job yet, and Ty's job ain't hiring, and I'm unqualified, and I'm qualified for Ty's job. It's like I love doing this. I have fun, and I have
Yeah,
fun with
I do. I
everybody.
think honestly, everybody had a fun part this season. I don't think it was. I think that's what I'm telling you. I think because if it was all bad, y'all would have kept showing up. You know what I mean? At one point,
Yeah,
Hmm.
so I think at some point everybody did have fun, and the group,
Yeah.
some we did was fun. So it wasn't all bad.
Hmm.
So
I love my season two cast, the ones that's still here and the one that's gone on.
Yes.
like I said, by episode 12, shit, we might have a full house at the reunion.
Girl, I'm here
Never
for it. Shit.
know. 13. We might have Full House.
Girl, it's giving the most viewed reunion ever, bitch.
Okay.
Everybody's gonna want to hear what they have to say.
We got like about 12 artists in one room. Ooh, I can't do that.
Girl, that's a lot. Dude, that's a
Because
lot.
everybody gonna want to get their point out, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
nobody, because the reunion is a final dinner, so bitch, I have to be heard.
Okay.
There's no coming back.
We're gonna need to pass mics around. Don't speak unless you got a mic.
That part, because 11 artists, y'all already expressive too, so that's gonna be like, But I'm excited for the reunion. Do y'all like the colors?
Yes, I love the colors.
I do too, like
Yeah.
champagne-ish.
We're not gonna say what
Mhm.
color it is, babe, but I'm just asking.
Oh.
if you like it.
So, yeah,
Yes.
whatever color it may be.
Yeah, I think it's dope. I think it's stick with yeah.
I love that idea. I love
Now
it.
you
It's
said
gonna be cute.
it's casual. Like, can I just mix like casual hoochie or like
Oh no,
how is
baby, dressy and classic, baby.
dressy and
Classy.
classy? Okay.
No, because when you do that, Lottie gonna like she said she went in her closet. You open that door.
Okay, we need to order something. Everybody needs to start ordering
Everybody,
now.
or you can just get
You
some
said
real.
Lottie went in her closet.
No, she did.
She
She
said
went in her
that. She did
closet.
say. They were like, "What's your inspiration?" She said she went in her closet.
Oh my god.
She
I
did say that
cannot.
shit.
No, no
So
more
no
closet.
closets.
No
No
more
closets.
closet, baby. Yes,
Let's
God.
come out the closets
I feel
this
like
reunion.
Lottie and Sienna been on a low key this season, like a low radar.
Lottie has been hilarious.
She
I will
have
say
been, but
that. Lottie has been hilarious.
she have been, yeah.
Her
Especially
Lottie wasn't fucking
confessionals.
with nothing that was going on. She said, I ain't fucking with
She
this music I'm hearing tonight.
said, bitch, I don't even know what
Storyline,
they're arguing
storyline,
about.
don't you tell you,
storyline.
we lost
We
respect for you just a little bit.
there
Child,
needs to
yes.
be
I laughed when I heard that.
because that was funny. No, we need to
I
have
said,
like a
girl, I said,
hashtag
you done
every
lost
time.
respect for a brother? Really?
Yeah, she
Last
said,
Okay.
week it was hashtag storyline and hashtag frazzle. This week it was hashtag
Mm-hmm.
not too gay, not that gay.
okay,
Or little Kim. Or little
right,
Kim.
Okay,
girl.
Little Kim,
Then we have,
definitely Little
and
Kim.
I'm like, ain't this a coincidence? Both seen Little Kim.
Little Kim. This nigga kept saying Little Kim. I love it though. I love our
Uh,
cast. We're the shit, and it was a good show. And I'm about to go to bed, bitches.
All right, thank you so
mhm.
much, Vay. So next week, 9 o'clock. I promise you, I get it on time. 9 o'clock, and then the after
Yeah,
show between right
Yes.
after or 9:30. But it's an explosive episode too. And
a lot to discuss.
yes, that's when this other stuff about to come up. So
So what? We get the preview on Mondays.
yeah, every day. Oh yeah, also thank you. Every Monday night at 8, I'm committed to that too. At 8 o'clock, you will get the sneak peek. 8 p.m. Eastern time every Monday.
I
So no
know
matter
that's
where I'm at,
right.
if I'm out of town, I got my laptop, so I'm gonna make sure you get that sneak peek. So next week gonna be Ja. No, actually, Ja and Jada getting into it. That's what next week gonna be about. They almost fought.
Lord.
Yeah, girl. Plot twist because they
Yeah.
was
First
on
they
them
sit down
steps.
in 5 point. Now they fight at the table.
Okay, they was cheesing at each other on them steps.
Mhm.
Not
They,
the giggle vibes.
but
Not the
did I
giggle.
say they had attraction for each other, right?
He did
Child,
admit that.
let him tell it because you hear it the other way.
I
Girl,
know.
I can't
Wasn't
wait
that?
to watch. I can't wait to
Oh,
watch.
baby, between episode 5 and 6, you'll get all of that, and then 7, like I said, will be the dinner. And if we're gonna do a break, so we might do a break, but we might do the deleted scene that week. Some of the deleted,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that'd be good. Yeah, give the
yeah,
people something.
yeah.
Okay.
So your scene with Chrissy, Bryson and Jada scene. What else scene I cut out? It's a couple of more I cut out. I think Jamal going off at the thing, that full scene, and some of the confessional. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do a deleted scene up to that point that y'all missed. What else we missed so far that I cut out? I think that's about it right now. So yeah, I think
Okay.
episode week 7 I might do that because I'm already working on it too. So by the time I'm there, it won't be nothing to just upload.
Okay. Well, good.
Yeah. So 8 p.m. to Monday sneak peek, and then at 9 we have the episode.
On Tuesdays.
on
Yeah.
Tuesday every night and Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So you're gonna get something at 9. I guarantee you that. So thank you,
Amen.
Vay, for coming up. Thank the
No
cast. I,
problem.
I
Thank
can just
you.
see the comments. Production gonna get it. Everybody gonna get in the comments. So so I already know. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next week. I don't know who's gonna do the after show next week quite yet, but someone will be doing the after show, and I'll keep you guys posted. Thank you guys for watching, supporting, and I will see you guys next week.
Good
All right.
night.
All right, good night, guys. Y'all have an awesome night and tomorrow.
You too. You
You too.
too.
Good night.
I'm talking about the man in the mirror. All right, guys. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Remember, episode drop every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, and the sneak peek drop every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. The after show will follow right after the episode on Tuesday nights. Y'all have a great night. Talk to you guys soon.